Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John.
I'm Claire.
That's Ted behind us. Xena is above us. Willow is AWOL.
Probably also above us, but insofar as
Probably
she's probably in a
drawer. She's probably in a drawer under the bed, because she likes being in the big drawer under the bed. So many a true nerd, and welcome back to Iron Nest. Iron Nest Heavy Turret Simulator officially. I'd say Iron Nest works quite well, but fine. Iron Nest Heavy Turret Simulator, if you insist, people who actually made the game, all two of you and whatnot. And yes, we're going to be back, because today I'm going to do logic and mathematics, etc., live. That's definitely a good idea.
Alright, quick fire round, John.
Yes.
2 + 2 + 3.
8, done.
Yeah, makes sense.
Easy. Right, we're sorted. Luckily, it's mainly about logic. It's more about logic than anything else.
Yeah,
So,
you're so good at that.
I'm not bad at logic.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Don't just make random noises at me. Give me instances where I'm bad at logic.
The thing is, you're great at logic, but if you don't read the thing that gives you the
Okay,
clues
I'm bad at reading.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm bad at reading. Because sometimes I just want to...
You're too impatient for paying
I
attention.
just want to get on with things. I just want to get on with pulling the fire the cannon button. And, like, that theoretically could go wrong. That admittedly is the point where things could go a little bit on the wrong side. Where I'm so keen to pull the fire the cannon button and push the big bang button that I don't actually run through the series of checks that this... Just FYI, rather annoyingly, progress in the demo doesn't carry through to the main game. So I had to replay the 3 missions that were in the video, so we could actually not be repeating ourselves. So I did that, and I figured out a way of saving time is... At the end of the fire the cannon process, there's a point where the game basically says, hey, click these 5 buttons to indicate that you've gone through these processes as a final reminder to make sure you've done these things. But I figured out that if you just click those before you've done the processes, then you could fire the cannon slightly faster. If you just, like, you know, while you're in a bit of dead time while the cannon's realigning, if you just hit all the if you disable all the safeties and say
yes, that never ever goes wrong. What went wrong?
Huh? Well, nothing. I blew up one hospital. One. There were other hospitals, so it was fine. Welcome back to, yes, a lovely, sexy little gamer here. This should be, there we go. So these are the missions that we did during the actual video. We did the calibration and we did fire and light. Though if you were paying close attention to this game well, you may notice that we didn't actually do the light bit of fire and light in the video because it was fairly basic tutorial, so we just skimmed over that. We did liberation. You may notice that I'm missing 1 medal there. I'm pretty sure that was because of the hospital situation. Like, if you blow up 1 hospital and they say you can only have 3 medals instead of 4. Absolute shocking.
Yeah, 1 medal per remaining hospital when you haven't killed everyone, John.
Pretty much, yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be moving on. There's no kind of like skirmish over here.
Alright, so in this one, you want to not bomb any of the 4 schools.
Uh-huh.
Children good.
Well, not all children are good.
Wow!
Okay. At some point, there's a point in late teenage years where it's pretty clear they're little shits. And, like, at that point, if we
There's many points where they're little shits, you're still not allowed to fire on them.
If we could just get all the little shits and put them in one school, alright, and then blow up that school.
Alright, John.
Yes?
You know how sometimes it's my job to tell you how not to get cancelled? Don't do that.
Okay, don't blow up schools. Don't blow up schools. Alright, fine, I guess, whatever. So okay, let's move straight on. Let's move straight on to counter batteries. It sounds like we're jumping straight in at the deep end here, where artillery's going to start firing back at us. Potentially. Oh, for those who don't know, by the way, we're playing like alternate... It's like the 1920s alternate history, Spain going on here. So there's like, you know, Spain royal family versus anti-monarchist, and I'm currently working for the royal family, but it's pretty clear I'm working for the baddies. So, you know, I might switch sides at some point, just like, you know, take my iron turret, which is a giant walking artillery piece, and like, you know, screw you guys, I'm going to Portugal. All right, we're going to Portugal. That's fine. So anyway, we're doing counter battery today. So yeah, we're going to kick off. This is mission 4. My understanding the full game is like 15 to 20 missions in this game, so I doubt we'll finish this today or anything. But you know what? We'll give it a healthy go. So, counter battery. We now need there are enemy forces who have deployed artillery across the river in response to our recent operations. Unfortunately, yes, this means they can fire back at us. I'm not 100% sure what that means, but it seems bad. Oh, another highly important update from the demo into the final game, by the way. And the final game... Don't prove me a liar here, game. Where's me cat? You've got a cat.
Oh, cat.
You've got a cat. You can pick him up or you could shoo him. His name's Hasta. He's a little ginger. Where's Hasta gone? I swear you have a cat, but now it looks like I've imagined a cat.
Crazy cat, old man.
Hasta. Oh, what was that? Hasta. Hasta. Yeah, boy. Hasta. We're about to do the nuking. Don't know where Hasta is. Oh, maybe Hasta's upstairs today. Hasta! Hasta, come out! Daddy's about to fire the artillery. We need you to not be here while Daddy's firing the artillery, Hasta. And also, always remember to shut this hatch, because it's right next to the controls, and otherwise you will, while kind of adjusting angles, you 100% will fall down.
Lol.
I swear this wasn't here last time. And while advancing, I fell into one of your footprints outside to see a dad. How do you pronounce that in Spanish? We're in Spain. I don't speak Spanish.
I think Cuidad Real?
Cuidad Real? Excellent. I was able to climb back out of Showlander where my squad was standing. I'm now the only one left. I can still hear them. I don't know if I'll ever stop hear them. Everyone keeps telling me I was lucky. My mother would have said if it wasn't luck, she would have said God put me in that hole to save me. God didn't put me in that hole. You did. Thomas! How did Thomas let it get up here, just out of interest? Is Thomas inside my thing?
Maybe he gave it to Hasta.
It's... maybe. Maybe Hasta's going out and picking up my mail for me. Maybe Hasta's a little mail cat. So yeah, literally I live my life inside this artillery platform, in case you missed the video. Officially I work for Castile, as opposed to Spain. Different thing. Apparently on this occasion, I think this is. Oh, I've got.
It's just like a portion of Spain.
Yeah, it's a centrally bit of Spain. I think we've got to hang on. We do if we have. Well, you know what? We could put some guesses in based on a history. One assumes if Castile is an independent thing, and possibly Aragon and Valencia would be as well.
Also Catalonia.
Yeah, so that is presumably.
Yes.
Catalonia right there. So that will be, presumably, that could be like Valencia, possibly contested territory. Like Granada down over here, maybe? They're more like Aragon and like, I don't know what's going on with Portugal over here. Some shit's going on.
Well, historically, that's been contested for a long time. You know, that bit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know where my cat is. Possibly my cat's just coming to deliver mail. But yeah, I just live it here. This is we are a big walking thing. Look, something like this. Hang on, I've got a model of it. So we can see my little model right there. So that's me. I don't know where I am right now. But that's me, my little kind of walking artillery platform. Once I actually figure out where I am, I can like, you know, put that down. But yeah, like Command, which is like the royal family, they send me instructions, etc., etc. And we figure out what we do from there. And then we just basically use that information to figure out, 1, where we are, 2, where the enemy is, 3, well, you know, how we should explode them. Using firing solutions. Using my ballistic calculator. Also, I've got no cooking artillery. I need to buy that myself at the little shops down here. So you just buy your shells as you go. That's absolutely fine. So, alright, today. Operations Instant Active Phase. Note. Restore master power switch to on before proceeding. Is that on or off?
And it's green.
Yeah, but everything else is red now. Like, that says green, which suggests good. Like, I'd buy that if it was like, hey, this is war mode. Like, you know, because all the red lights are on and shit. But, I'm not on before read Measure. Okay, the instructions there pretty. I'm going to assume, given a green, that'll be on. It feels less on to me. I feel like I've just turned some lights off, but maybe I've just put the machine into war mode because we're going to be dramatic on this occasion. All right, artillery across the river. This was anticipated. So, we've got to destroy identified artillery assets. Destroy what remains in detail. Counter battery time will commence once first shell lands. So, right, I've got my position, anything I want to I add to my clipboard so I can remember it, and my spotters. Step 1, we put them on the map, because I'm literally building my map as we go, because, you know, I move around and shit. So, I6, I am located at 5-3, I think that's where I was yesterday. The problem is, I could be anywhere inside the square, it's not precise. I could be anywhere. Like, I'm probably in the centre, but, like, it's hard to know. So yeah, you're always referring to the spiky bit at the bottom of a thing. Always make sure you lay people correctly. And make sure you number your spotters correctly. So spotter 1, located at P10. P1073. So we'll just pop you down there, buddy. Spotter 2. Over at M734. Claire, your job is to tell me when I get something wrong.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Okay,
it's
M7,
quite small, mind you.
3-4. You're wearing your glasses, you can deal with it. And then L1, which is down bottom, 2-8. Spot on.
That all looks correct to me.
I prefer it when the lights were on, to be honest. It was less creepy and it was lighter. So right, with all of those in play, that means we can now remove this information. Scrub that information off my thing. And that information from your spotters comes over on this side. So I'm going to cover all of this. Because, yeah, we're going to pick our first 2 targets. And, yeah, basically, yeah, this is the first day I've had both cannons operational. So, clearly, what the mission is basically wanting me to do here is, yeah, figure out, find the 2 targets I'm most confident in. If need to be, I could send a spy plane over to get updated information. But yeah, we just want to plot all of these. If I've got 2 angles, that's all relatively simple here. So, right, bearing number 1 from spotter 1, angle is 149. That's over here somewhere. Simply run an angle 149 from you, buddy. The problem is it could be anywhere. There's a 0.5 degree variance. So it could be anywhere around here. This is why you need to have a little bit of splash. Alright, and 115 from spotter 2. 115 would be about here-ish. Just load you up. So, okay, that's a fairly simple one right there. And it's in the middle of nowhere, so we don't need to worry on this occasion about hitting things. And we now also know, yeah, it said we're this side. It said the artillery is the far side of the river. So that checks out. So we're just going to make sure we don't get confused, we're going to immediately just grab an angry thing and put that there to mark this is the crossing point we're actually aiming for. So I'm going to draw more lines shortly. Okay. So next up from spotter 1, 143. Because yeah, it's going to be more. So hang on, that is, are you 143? 143. You're a little bit. You're close. Oh, you might be close enough to hit. 143. And bearing 064 from you. Alright, 064. Line you up as well, buddy. Unless I've got a really big-ass shell, we're not going to be able to hit both of them. So once again, this is the point where you start needing these markers. Because you need to be confident. Obviously, we don't mean this. This one's irrelevant. That doesn't matter. So yeah, you should always...
Can you make your lines different colors? Do you know?
This one does have... That one doesn't tell me anything. Yellow gives you information. Red gives you firing coordinates. White just does that. White just draws lines. Yellow is the only one where you've actually got information. But I can get rid of lines once I've drawn them if I wanted to. Yes. And then we've got the compasses. So artillery number 3 is the mystery artillery, because we're going to have multiple points of crossover. So you are 4.39 from you, and you are 8.85 from you. So we're going to have 2 potential crossovers. However, if one of them's the far side of the river, we will know which one it is, which is precisely what's going on here. This is where you pay attention to the briefing. Because we know they're at the far side of the river. It cannot be that one. Therefore, it must be that one. So artillery number 3 is located here. So, here's what I'm thinking. I've got 2 cannons. I can fire both of those cannons basically next to each other. I can have them both ready to go, and then we can just fire them. We'll need to do some slight adjustments, but it's fine. But what I'm thinking is, I want 3 to be the target I go for first. Because once the first shell hits, I need to start loading up
timer,
information for 1 and 2. Now, because 1 and 2 are close by to each other, the firing angle and angle of the rotation is going to be very similar. Therefore, it's going to take less adjustment to get the iron nest pointing from 1 to 2. Okay? So we're going to target 3 and 1 as our first destinations. Those are our first targets. And we'll then take the cannon that fires at 1. And we'll fire at 1 first. We'll fire at 1 first. Then we'll fire at 3. Then we'll fire at 2. Using the... Well, then actually... Hang on. Because I've got 2 cannons, but I've only got 1 iron nest. So, therefore... Yeah, no, I'm going to want to wire it... Okay, I'm going to fire at 3 first. I'm going to load up the shells. We will fire at 3. While 3 is in the air, I will rotate to face 1. Okay. While we're rotating, we will line up 2. And then we'll just need to do a small adjustment onto 2. That means the least amount of time... Yes, that's the way to do it. That's the solution right there. So, right. Get out my red pen, and let's do this in the order we're going to do it in. So, prepare targeting. So, get red pen, because red pen, when you select where you're pointing, doesn't just give you a bearing and distance. It stores that bearing and distance on your thing. So, your target number 3, but you're going to be the target I'm going for first. Okay? And then we'll switch over to you. So you're going to be my second target. And then you're going to be my third, because that's the smallest, easiest adjustment. Alright?
Makes sense.
Alright, cool. Next, just to make sure we have any other information we are aware of here. So we're targeting artillery. That is a dot. And then adds time to counter battery time. Alright, the moment we hit the artillery, they will know where I am, and they will attempt to fire back. Do I have any particular shell I'm supposed to use here? It does not say that they are particularly hard emplacements, and thus I don't need armor piercing. I think that is fine. So yeah, there we go. In which case, all we need to do is... Hang on, just remember. So yeah, we're going to be firing first on the left, because I'm more comfortable working on the left. Then on the right, then again on the left. So I'm going to buy... We've only got 3 targets, so buy 2 high explosives on the left and 1 on the right. So a high explosive shell, the standard shell, which has got a good blast radius on it, so even if I'm slightly off, the splash gets them. So, 1 on the left, another on the left, 1 on the right. That's all we need. Now, I could use 1 scout plane, but, you know, I don't think we need to do that. I think we're fine. I trust my scouts. I trust my scouts, and that's the important thing here. That's the important thing. So, yeah, we're not going for the targets in the same order that the targets are actually going for over here. We're going to just enter the firing information. I need firing solutions here. I need to be given firing solutions, because some of this stuff is complicated and shit. So, yeah. We create our firing solutions. My target is a dot. There we go. That's what we want. Yeah, my dot. My target is a dot. That's artillery. We simply enter distance 8.62. That's going to be 2 powder charges, but the subsequent ones will be 3 because it's further away. So yeah, and once again, they'll actually both be comparable angles. So the angle will be different on the first one. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. So, okay. 8.62. 2 powder charges. Charge is going to be Standard high explosive, please. Standard high explosive. 12 point, yep. 124.5, 8.62. And now the game gives me a firing solution. Spot on. Now we simply create those so we've got them ready for all of our targets, because we know what our targets are going to be. But most of them are going to be relatively simple, relatively the same as what we've just put down there. So 1.16. Everything will be fine. We need 3 powder charges, because it's a function of distance.
Yeah.
1 extra powder charge per 5 kilometers. And yeah, the angle just goes down to 101.5. It's still artillery, it's still high explosive. Congratulations, you are target number 2. We're going to arrange these. 1, 2, 3. Alright? I'm going to do these in the right order. And you, sir, are, yeah, down to 10.67. So we're going to have these ready to go. Angle down to just 93.3. Though, you know, if we're pretty close, that's fine. 93.3, high explosive. It's 3 charges against. It's over 10 kilometers. Firing solution, the next. All right, 93.3. So we've now got those ready to go. All right. So all we need to do now is start loading them. So target number 1 is going to be on the left. We're always going to do left first, because that is the thing I'm most familiar with. High explosive shell, begin loading. Save time, and we can load on the other side as well. High explosive shell. It's the only shell, so we can load that. That's just going to slightly lower the game's audio, because it's loud. It's a loud game when it gets going. When it gets going. Load in powder chargers 1, 2, and 3. And put you in. Meanwhile, over on this side, you are 1, 2, and... Wait, what?
What happened?
Okay, so we have to change. We just have to change the firing order a little bit, because I just put 3 powder charges into the thing. But
Okay,
that's...
So we have to go to 1... Well, do you want to do 2, 1, 3 then?
I
instead?
think that means... Hang on. That means I now need to do... That's not... That can't be... 3 now needs to be over on this side. Okay, 3... Okay, 3... This is fine. This is fine. 3 is now going to be on the right. 3 is going to be on the right. Okay, you say calculated powder charges. Yeah, but that's because... The thing is... Okay, now there's multiple things, because I'm lining up for future shots. When it tells me, hey, put the correct number of charges in, it means that from the most recent information it has given you. So what we need to do actually is... Okay, so... You're on the left, then you're on the right, and then we're back over to the left. Okay. So as a result of that, this is 2. Even though it says 3, it's not 3, it's 2. Because that is incorrect, because that's just feeding the most recent information the computer's got. But it's wrong. Okay? So we actually loaded only 2, because we're loading this one for the second shot, not the first shot, or the most recent shot. So that's fine. Okay? That's a-okay. Everything's gonna be fine. So now we just start changing the elevations here. So you need to go to about 40. So we'll just set you to 40, then we'll do micro adjustments later. You're still loading over on this side. That should be sealed. So over on the right, where there's the 2... You are going to be... Yeah, no, we're not linking you. You're going up to 51. Alright. That's fine. So they're going to be roughly correct at this point. You're going there. So you're at 40. So now we just make the adjustments up to precisely 44. 44.64 to be precise. Yep, 44.64. So this is taking out one of the two first targets. I forget which one. One of them. And you're going for the... Note, sorry, I was looking at the wrong wheel. This is fine. You're going up to 51.72. Because this is the information on the left. This is always the information on the left here. Because this is elevation on the left. So it's always the elevation information on the left. Okay? On the right, this is always the angle the turret is facing, left to right. So this information on the right. Even that this doesn't correspond to this cannon, that doesn't correspond to that cannon.
Oh, that's annoying.
Nope. It's on this side, this corresponds to the left cannon, that corresponds to the right cannon, and there is no right and left angle for the cannons for the simple reason the whole dome rotates.
They move together.
The whole nest rotates.
So you'll have to change that turret rotation in between 1 and 2, even though you could, yeah.
Correct. But it's relatively fast, and you can also set it going and walk away from it. If you have a good kind of sense for it, then you can just you can just leave it going by itself. Which you can kind of get into the rhythm of.
Do you not need 101.5?
Oh yeah, I was reading the wrong side.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
See how it's my job to tell you when you're doing shit wrong?
That's fine. It's easier when you're not talking about it at the same time, and also when you're not loading two cannons simultaneously. But 101 into 124 should be a-okay. So just stop it there, and it will just... Yeah, if you stop about 8 degrees or so before... like going from the edge and whack it back to the middle, there's a little bit of like, it kind of keeps going for a second. So 101.5. So okay. We are now prepared to fire on the left-hand cannon first. While that cannon is in the air, we will rotate the entire nest to 124.5. Okay?
Yeah.
And then we will fire the right cannon. And then we have to completely import everything for the third shot.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's what we have to do. And then the game gives you like a little kind of like, hey, final checks here. But
okay, do you have shells in every place where you need a shell to be in?
Yes, shells and charges have been loaded and everything. So
right, and have you taken a sweater in case you get cold?
Shut up, I'm in Spain. It's Spain, and by the looks of it, it's like day in summer and whatever. So it's probably really hot, actually, inside my bloody iron nest.
Yeah, fair enough.
So, yeah. I should be able to... I can't just pull... I can't pull fire and fire. I can pull fire left, then we've got to rotate. Then I pull fire right. Then I will check the map to see if I can actually do... Like, I've actually hit my targets. Because I may or may not have hit my targets.
If you heard a bit of a moo, that was the dog.
Yeah, I thought it was an alarm in the iron nest. I was about to go check for the commands, but no, it was Ted going moo. But yeah, we should now be hitting. I forget what we're hitting because we rearranged them.
I think we're hitting 132.
Yeah, but yeah, you'll notice that obviously I've got the elevations can be set independently, so they're ready to go, but the angle can only be set individually. So yeah, we fire. We rotate to 20 degrees right, roughly. We fire right, and then we check if we've actually hit our target, and then we go into that. Now, have 300 seconds to load up the gun again. And we're loading left, because that's where we've got the cocking thing. In fact, you know what? I can flipping rotate this so it's ready to go. Alright? And that will be fine. So. Confirm. Everything is correct. Gun armed. The gun we're arming is left. We're firing left first. Alright, left first. And fire. Immediately start rotating a platform to 1, 2, 4. When we get to about, yeah, there, we stop. And there we go. 1, 2, 4.
Exactly right.
Exactly right. Okay. Check, 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 check. Probably I didn't actually check. Arm right gun. And pull lever. Right. Begin loading everything. Load the shell. While it's loading, check my targets. We have one confirmed kill by the looks of it. That looks like a kill to me. Yep, that's a confirmed kill. You're on the way as well. Right, we're now on to control thing number 3. We do need 3 McGibbles for that. So, why are you not loading? What? Wait. What? Where's my... What happened to the thing? Hang on.
Do you need to check Well, that looks like a...
That's a kill, but where's the load the thing? Didn't I load a thing? Where'd the shell go? Claire, we've lost a shell. Right, left-hand magazine. Give me another shell, I guess. I thought we loaded it. Did we not load it? Shit. Okay. Yeah. Load that. Load the shell. I thought we'd already loaded the shell. I may have loaded 2 shells. It's hard to...
You rotated the barrel instead of loading
it's just
it.
it's down bottom, is it? 1, 2, 3. Okay, while they're loading in, we need to change orientation. You're locked for loading, so you won't do anything right now. So that won't... I can't adjust that while it's being loaded, but I can change this.
To 93.3.
To 93. So get it to about... When it gets to about 97, we can stop. Alright. So that's fine. That will just start doing its own thing. And now we can get you locked for loading. That's almost unloading. Angle we're aiming for is about 42. So I can lower the kind of what one it's roughly going for. Okay, next 93 over to 93.3. 93.3, correct. You'll come in at that's just spinning its way up to roughly 42.6. Close enough. We'll have to make the manual adjustments ourselves. 42.68. 42.68. Is that all correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Confirmed target. 42.68. 93.3. Elevation is confirmed. Gun is armed. We're talking on the left. And prepare and fire. And check we've got our final target. If we have, then yep, it is. Yep, it's going along the right line. Because that shows me the progress of my shell. So it's going in at least roughly the right direction. And I have hit target 1. I have hit target 2. Okay, shit just got stressful now that we're dealing with multiple. Also, I should have waited until we hit like a minute to fire my first shell. So I could have checked how long I've got. Because you had 300 seconds. I had 5 minutes or 300 seconds. But that looks good to me. Dead. Okay. Counter battery assets destroyed. 4 hostile units remain across the river. Consolidate sector, destroy remaining elements, and stand by. And be prepared. Yeah, we've already taken care of that. Destroyed. Requisition. So, okay. We are fine. You say CBT's extended. CBT surely doesn't exist anymore. So, hang on. 4 hostile units remain across the river.
Are they going to fire back at you?
I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not 100% sure. There might be 4 more units here. We might need to do something about that. So, right. It says counter battery has been destroyed, but 4 hostile units remain. So, okay, we need to get some data because I have no idea where these guys are. Now, I can send a scout flight in. I'm going to just start at... Hang on, is that M3? M4. No, we'll start at M3 and I'll send a scout flight in this direction and that will let us see what's going on. So what we do is we select a flipping scout plane. In the event of scout planes, you tell it, 1, what you want it to be. Did I say M3 or M4?
You said M3.
M3. Thank you. M3. So we'll send it to M3 and then I'll tell it the angle I want it to fly. And the angle I want it to fly is about 45 degrees. That's good enough. And that then will basically, that plane is going to go along here. And there we go. It gives me information. Is that everything? That is infantry, infantry, infantry.
But that's 3 and it said something about 4.
Well, it's gonna have to flipping do. But the thing is, when I take them out, I'll get aerial updates. So I might get more information as I go. Do I have any shots left at all? I think I've got like 1 left, don't I? Because didn't we just say I was like rotating it rather than loading it? Which was a mild mistake. There it is! Oh, you silly little high-imp explosive shell. Right. In you go. We need to start coming up with some new targeting here. Also, at this point, delete, get rid of kill tokens, and delete map measurements. I don't need the map measurements I've already got. Let's reset this. So, right, at this point, we don't need to, like, do much aside from just straight up measure and say, yeah, there's target number 1. There's target number 2. There's target number 3. I have at least 3 targets accounted for. They're all infantry. So that's fine. Also, remove you. Remove you. Remove you. And, oh shit, hang on. Well, the top or the bottom one's the new one?
Let me have a look at them. The bottom ones are the new ones.
The bottom ones, yeah, because they match up with those ones. Right, get rid of you. So these are definitely our targets, right? There should be 116. Yep, 116. Fine. So, yeah, now we need to set these information. We're still high impact. The target is now civilian, which makes a difference to something.
Infantry, right?
I get those two mixed up sometimes. I probably shouldn't be in charge.
Yeah, they're not the same thing.
They're very squishy.
They're on foot.
Yeah, exactly. They're functionally the same thing.
Not the same though.
They're very similar. It's very similar.
Bloody hell!
I get those two confused sometimes.
Who let him be in charge of anything of that nature?
I sometimes get artillery and civilian. Look, they're people on foot.
Yeah.
It's basic.
And also you get.
It's very... Shut up, it's very similar. 5.25, 116.4. They might be fucking coming, Claire. I need to come up with some calculations here. I need some fucking firing solutions.
Oh. Somebody says the fourth target is hidden behind the, like...
Don't tell me. That sounds like spoilers. I don't want to know that. Do not tell me spoilers. Come on, chat. You know better than to put spoilers.
Yeah, but I...
There we go. 6.46. It's also 2 charges. 98.4 firing solution 2. And then the last one is very similar in terms of everything, in terms of distance. Yeah, that's an answer to a puzzle, Claire. I do not want to hear that. 100% no.
No, but it's not an answer to a puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
It's specifically not. I'll tell you later, and I don't think it is. But yeah.
75.4, 9.96, 2 shots again, because they're all between 5 and 10 kilograms. Those are my firing solutions. That's absolutely fine. Alright. And I may as well... Yeah, I'm going to be needing high impact shells. High impact shells. Yes. So, 1 more left. And then 2 on the right, so that I can maximize. I can focus on firing on both simultaneously. So that's all absolutely fine. Yeah. So you have already been loaded and now just need to be loaded in. So we'll do left first. 2 powder charges as they come in. That's fine. Begin loading you. While that is loading, over on this side. Also, yes, load, do not rotate. Then 2 more powder charges over on the right. That is fine. 1 and 2. And once they're on the thing... Begin loading. Over on the left, we are going for actually quite low, more like 31, please. While you're starting to rotate there. We're going to be wanting, as soon as you are done, you're done being locked up. That's fine. In fact, you know what angle are we at right now? Actually, we're a pretty good angle right now. We don't need to be rushing into that. Don't link into that. You, sir, are going to 38, give or take. So, 31.5. Doing multiple things simultaneously makes it more likely you're going to make mistakes, but it's way more efficient. Way more efficient. So, right, just to get that going in that direction while we check on you. You are probably ready to be stopped there. That's a little bit more back the other way, in fact. Thank you.
Don't you need 116.4?
I thought I needed 107, but yeah, it turns out it's hard to say what angle we ought to be shooting the cannon at. I would have probably seen that during the final checks.
No, you wouldn't have. You don't do the final check.
I occasionally do the final checks.
Mm-hmm.
So 31 point that, and you want to be just down to 38.76. Alright, 38.76. Alright. So, angles are correct for the first 2 firing stations. We'll just need to rotate the gun after we're done. So, that's at 116 right there. So, right, that looks all fine to me. 31.5, 116, left gun, load, and pull. And then, yeah, pull you off to left to rotate in this direction. We'll stop you at, 98. Sorry, a little bit more back in this direction, actually. Sorry, it's a little bit more in that direction. That's fine. Stop you there. And that's about right. 98.4. Alright, that's...
Where did your thing go away?
I think Command's just sent me an update of some description. Destroyed?
Oh, did your 300-second finish?
don't think so. Where's my bloody thing gone? I mean, I feel like I'm ready to fire another shot.
What's that lever in the corner do?
Oh, I think I pushed that lever by mistake.
No!
Okay. Well, I pushed the wrong lever. Have we hit a target?
Good job, John.
Have we exploded a target? I think we've exploded. Yes, we've exploded person number 1.
Now, you know that thing, whatever that thing is, the metal arm thing?
Yeah.
What is that?
It shows you the trajectory of your shot.
Can you move that?
No, I don't think you can physically manually move it, but it moves itself when it draws a new thing. So, okay, we are now at 94.8, so go. Yeah, I pushed this lever by mistake, I think. 38.76. This time, right gun. Fire. Please don't go away this bloody time. Thank you. Right, so that should be a shot number 2. Get over to here. There we go. I see you.
Right, so that's what people were saying in chat. It wasn't a spoiler. It was, hey, John, perception -1. You've missed something that's hidden under one of the arms.
Well, there we go. Well, we found it. Everything's fine.
Oh, yeah, you can interact with it to retract it, apparently.
And just grab you. There we go. Off you go, buddy. Out of the way. And then, yeah, then we've got 2 more over here. So just 1 more to you. So that's the bottom one now.
Oh, there's 2 more.
Huh?
There's 3 total. There's this one you just added, and then 1 here and 1 here.
Wait, oh, hang on. Have you just sent me more cooking targets? Have you just sent me more targets? Counter battery being... Oh, oh, shit. Hang on. We've got problems. We've got urgent problems, which is a new artillery thing. There's an artillery. Right, okay. This is... Shut up, Clap. This is... Okay, I think that's the... Oh, there's 2 of them. Fuck. Okay, those are the priority. We are being ranged 2 artillery platforms. Okay, the bottom 2. Everything else, nothing else matters. Scrap everything else. Just forget all things. Apart from that one at the bottom can stay. Don't worry about it, though. Right, I need firing solutions for these 2, and I need them now. Those are artillery. More artillery are now coming in. Artillery and range angle is 91.3. High explosive. Target is artillery. Range is 6.37. This would explain the flashing lights in many ways.
Apparently there's also an alarm that you've been ignoring.
I'm sure it's fine. Don't even worry about it. You are my new priority target. Okay.
I'm worried about it.
Target number 2 is 7.11. Angle is very similar to what we've got, actually. So that's fine. 103.7. Right. That is fine. 103.7 artillery, high explosive shells, 7.11. 2 things. You are my 2 highest priorities right now. Congratulations. So, okay, you have been loaded right now. Begin loading you. Do we have a shell ready to load here? Load. Did I just spin you around? I just span you around rather than loading you, didn't I? Yes, I did. I'm pretty sure I did. No, I think I did put a shell in there. Right, so both of you need 1 and... Where's the... I just rotated you. Right, this is fine. Everything's fine. Load. Shell. Both of you require 2 blocks of powder. So put in 2. And load. Other side. Put in 2. Alright. And load. Everything's fine. Don't even worry about it. So you're both locked for loading. Target number 1 is we're dealing with... Okay, begin rotating that down to approximately 38 and 42. You need to be going at angles... yeah, 38 odd. That's fine. You're going to 42. That's fine as well. 30, wait, what out? 30, 38. Tiny bit further back this way. We're a little bit too far, but really not that much, all things considered. Stop at about 5 angles before. Right. 30, 32, 30, 38.22. 38.22. No, wait, 90. Oh, no, 90. No, sorry. Sorry, I was reading the wrong one. 91.3 is the rotationally angle. 91.3. All right, put it back to where it was. It turns out we were already facing the right way. We were already kind of facing the right way. Stop it there. Right, while we're doing that, micro adjustments here. So that needs to go down to 38.22. Give or take 38.22. You need to be adjusted up to 42.66. Yes. Okay, 42.66. Your angle at this point needs to be changed to 91.3. Right, fire left cannon. Go. Right now. No, it was correct. Right, no, right cannon. Left cannon, left. Did I say left? Hopefully left. Right. Rotate to 103.7 for right-hand cannon. That was too much. That's probably fine. 103.7. 103.7. That's probably acceptable. Right. Fire left-hand... Right, no, right-hand cannon. I'm hoping that's going to be... Did we really kill... Oh, yeah, we killed one. One artillery is dead. Second artillery shot coming in right now. And... hopefully, if the red flashing light turns off in a second, we'll be doing quite well. There you go. You see?
Nice.
It all worked. That all absolutely fine. It's fine. The thing is, the important thing about this game is you pay attention, you notice things, and you don't panic. Which are things I'm very good at. Okay?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. You have to be detail-orientated, highly perceptive, and calm under pressure.
Yeah.
Claire's crossing her fingers. It's extremely rude. It's extremely rude. Very, very rude indeed. Right. We can, at this point, get rid of you. Get rid of you. And get rid of you two. I'm pretty sure we had one firing solution already plugged in. So that was the... Oh, fudge. Who were you for? Oh, no. Who were you for? 75. Ah, 75.4. So that's you. The other person who's not been taken care of is you. I need this to be added to my board. Wait, how do I... Oh, shit. I undid it. Oh, never mind. We'll draw another one. It's fine. You're right there, buddy. I see you. So, right. We're no longer being fired upon. We sorted it out. We fixed it. The important thing is we fixed it. How many shells do I have left, by the way? I feel like I've definitely got some... Yeah, I think I've definitely got some shells left at various points or another. I also feel like I should, like, hurry up in case just, like, occasionally new things show up. So, hang on. Yeah, high explosive shell left. High explosive shell right. And then I just need a new firing solution for taking on civilians, infantry, the other one, at a range of, no, at an angle of 88.6. 88.6, range 9.1, which is just 2, yeah, they're both 2 charges, so that's nice and simple, bare minimum. Yeah. 9.10, 88.6, targeting at civilians, high explosive shell. Go. And it doesn't really matter which order we fire them in. Because these are just stupid losers on the ground. They can't fire back at me. So screw these guys. What are they going to do? Oh no, they're just going to explode is what they're going to do. So right, that's all fine. So, insert shell. And insert shell. Do not rotate, just insert. Once that's in play, 1, 2, and in. The angles for firing are approximately 77 odd, so 1, 2, and in, and then stop you. Maybe a little bit back the other way. Yeah. I know. Yeah. When I'm not panicking, we get there, and then just stop there. That should stop at about just shy of that. So we could do 75. We could do 75 first. That's fine. So we'll be doing
in the wrong direction for doing 75 first.
Huh? We were close. I was looking at the board, not the thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're firing the right-hand cannon first on this occasion, and then we'll flip over to that, because then we just need you to be at. Oh, we're going for quite high trajectories at this point. They're going quite because they're further away. So yeah. There we go. Over on the left. You are... Wait.
You wanted to fire the right one first?
Does that mean the right's the top one?
No, that means the right's the bottom one, because you put 75 into the angle. You're doing the bottom one first.
Yes. So therefore this one wants to be 57... This wants to be 57.9.
Yes.
Yes. I shouldn't change the plan. If we change the plan, that way madness lies. 57.9. You're 57.9, but you can be 50. You can be set to 54 anyway, because these can be set independently of each other. So that could be 54.6. So that doesn't matter. What I should do is I should arrange them like this. So they're literally like, hey, do they match up? 54.6. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Rather than arranging them vertically, arrange them horizontally. But yeah, we're firing to the... And therefore I know I'm firing to the right first, because it's whichever one that number matches. So therefore we're firing right first. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, cool. I assume I've done the final checks. Right. Right first. Fire. Rotate to 88.6. So once it gets to about 83, stop it. And then just final correct. 88.6. Check, 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 check. Left gun. Fire. And verify final kills. We've got 2 on the move simultaneously. I've got 2 shells in the air at the same time. So, screw you, infantry. And I think this is basically... Because none of these are close enough together to have been hit by a big blast. And because the game's not giving me, like, nuke shot yet. Soon. Any day now. I feel like I've earned this. I mean, look at this. This here is perfect. This is absolutely spot on right here. Didn't get hit by artillery once. Killed all my targets. Boom. Absolutely perfection. All hostile assets eliminated. Well executed. Sector is clear. Get myself a giant pile of requisition points. Do I get to carry those over to tomorrow? So I know I've got 495. Where's me cat, by the way? Me cat never showed up. I choose to believe I've got like an old deaf cat, which is why it doesn't mind that like living inside artillery. I assume I've got an old deaf cat.
Or it's...
Ah, there he is.
Hello, darling.
Hello, so you can shoo him.
Master with a U.
Or you can pick him up.
Oh, hi, birdie.
And if you click on him, he goes meow. There we go. Can I put him on the war table? Is he allowed to come up on the war table with me? There we go. Put Hasta down on the war table. There we go, Hasta. Oh my goodness. Giant kitty. Yeah, that's Hasta. There we go. This is Hasta zone. Inside this zone, we don't send troops because there is a kitty inside this zone. There we hang on. We're just going to draw a little kitty. We'll draw a little kitty here, so everybody knows that this is kitty zone. Okay.
That is quite legible.
There we go. Is cat.
Yeah.
That's cat zone. Nobody fire artillery into cat zone. Okay, that is a thing we should not do. That is cat zone.
You can customize the cat, apparently.
There we go. Is cat. I have created cat zone right there. Hopefully Command doesn't come and inspect my iron nest tonight. I may have to shoot Hastra if it turns out we need to, like, you know, aim at that later. But hopefully we won't. Hopefully we won't have to aim at that later. Anyway, job done. Little bit stressful, but we got the job done.
Apparently you can rename and customize the cat.
Oh. And there we go. Apparently the Iron Nest has been formally introduced to the Republic. WordPress reacts. What the hell is that? Excellent. So yes, this is everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm definitely working for the good guys. Using any minimum assets. Oh. How could I have used less assets than what I used? Because I used 1 high explosive shell per target. No one looked close enough together. And I don't see how I could possibly have done it without at least 1, like, flight. I don't know how I would have done that without a flight. I literally do not know.
I'm just wondering if, like...
Yeah, I don't know how I could have been more efficient than that. Maybe if you use, like, AP shells cheaper?
Maybe if you use a different type of shell that does more like splash or whatever, but they look
Someone's
quite
saying
far
plane,
from
but, like,
each
how
other.
would I... Like, I had no information about where the other targets were. How could I possibly have completed... How could I possibly have completed it without an aerial flight? There was literally no information as to where the things were. I guess, I theoretically, I could have done that, but just not had the other medals. But surely there must be a way to get all 4 medals if you play perfectly.
Can't be done with high
That
energy
was
and
a
scout
low-effort
plane.
cat drawing! Claire, ban that person.
Mm-hmm.
Ban Hammer
I'm
for
not
that.
doing that, but I'm very much not agreeing with you.
By
doing
my
that.
standards, that's an excellent
exactly.
one. So yeah, as a general rule, there's like
You
a
can
little...
use Starburst to find new Starburst or Star Shells to find new targets.
Oh, I could have used Starburst
Or
instead of...
spies.
Yeah, I could have
It's
used
not
Starburst.
possible on the first playthrough, says Brazen Helm. Oh, shout out to Beckham, who gave us $100.
Oh, thank you, Beckham.
Says, hey, I haven't caught a live stream since Resident Evil Requiem. I had a super busy summer and ended up watching about 100 episodes of the Skyrim series while working.
Lol.
I'm also very excited for what's next in Baldur's Gate 3, but also don't want it to end.
There's the big stuff. I think I'm doing, based on some reactions some characters had to what I'm doing in upcoming episodes, I think I'm doing stuff in a weird flipping order.
Oh, yeah.
Because some stuff I feel like I'm doing in a very weird order.
I'm also very excited, for what's next in Baldur's Gate 3. Don't want it to end. I hope that all is well with you all and with the pets.
Aside from a tiny mini heatwave in the UK, that means it's still sweltering hot even though it's getting dark outside right now.
Heatwave number 5, I think, at this point.
Claire's going to take Ted out for a
great.
walk later when it's cooled down even further. Claire will disappear off to walk Ted. Sorry, you should get caught up on chat
For
while
sure.
we line
We've
up the
got
next mission.
A lot of comments. Shout out to Why Not RD, who gave us 1,000 rupees and says, I'm here to pay my semi-annual ad block tax. Good folk of MATN. John, when will we finally have the next Democracy Week? Sorry. And will you be playing Control Resonant when it comes out? Please say yes.
Absolutely yes to Control Resonant. At least I'll give it a look, so I'm not guaranteeing a full series. And Democracy will occur actually in the pretty near future because it will happen in late Baldur's Gate 3, which it feels like we're coming up on here. So, Democracy Week is starting to take shape. I have some ideas for what's going to be in it. I'm not going to say yet, but I do have some ideas for what's going to be in it. And I also have some ideas for a pre-Democracy Week, where we'll have various games from particular franchises. So, like, multiple games from the same franchise, where you get to pick which game is going to go into the actual final vote.
And yes, people are upset by you calling the heatwave a mini heatwave. We meant mini just because there's a couple days of incredibly
Yeah, there's like
high.
3 days of really high. It's like wasn't so bad at the start of this week, and it's going to be a bit cooler this weekend. But like for some reason, just like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is just spiked for some reason.
But it is still really hot, and we are still having a drought.
Yes.
And I think at this point, most of England is in a hosepipe ban as well.
Yeah, pretty much. All right.
So yeah.
Today, by the looks of it, we're hitting moving targets. Reinforcements by rail, links that need to be severed. I think we're aiming for a moving target right now. So that's going to be interesting. That's going to be very interesting indeed.
Democracy Week primaries.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much, actually. That's exactly what it is. Getting to vote on who the candidate's going to be. Hello, Hasta.
Good, yeah.
Hi, Okay, Hasta, I'm so sorry, but you cannot be on the war table. You cannot be on the war table during a war. Okay,
because we love you, Hasta.
You go play here. You go play over here with the artillery.
We love you, Hasta, but you are going to,
No, Hasta, not in there! Hasta! Hasta, get out!
John, don't even. That's not nice.
Alright, what have we got here? Allied forces advancing along the Val de Mula. Town controls primary supply corridor through La Mancha. Capture is required to sustain the offensive. Enemy troop train is inbound along the corridor. Be prepared. The train will reach, the main station at T10:16:50. Time just started ticking, so I clicked that. Check secondary typewriter. Iron nest. C2. Step 1, put iron nest. I've got my own cat who's going to start causing problems.
Hi, baby girl.
Got my own cat who's going to start causing problems. Right.
She caused less problems than usual, to be honest.
C2 64. C264, C264. Right, at 16:50, that's when a trainer hits the station.
Yeah, at 10:16.
Yeah. What did I say?
You said 16:50, but
Close
anyway,
enough.
we have 15 minutes?
We have plenty of time. Alright, so we have got the main station. Okay, fine. So, alright, the main station is at J604. Can I just hit them when they're at the station, or do I need to hit them before they get to the station? That might be the problem.
Well, there might be civilians at the station, John.
Well, that's a thing that's, you know, it's a thing, but is it the biggest thing that we need to be worrying about right now? Oh, it's in the middle of a city.
Yeah.
J604. So that is the station right there marked in A. That's the primary station right there. So, hang on. So, Valle de Mula. Hang on, is that where they're going or where they're coming to? Train will reach Valle de Mula main station at 10:16. So that's where they're going to be arriving. Runs straight, bearing 90 from main station. Yeah, bearing 90 from main station. So it's that line there, running from there along here. Alright, cool. Fine. So, final approach, waypoint A. 6, yeah, so 2, 4, and 6. 5 cards, locomotive lead, troop carriers to the rear. So, okay, let's put A, B, and C on, starting at, so 6, 4, and 2 along here. So, grab that, and so we'll have, like, 1, 2, you, and then we'll put, okay, we'll have A there.
I don't want to be... I think it's really stupid where, like, A is at 6 kilometers and it's actually C at 2 kilometers.
Well, the train's coming from this direction.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I think it's the other way around. I think I've got them the wrong way round, haven't I?
Yeah, that's why I was telling you, so you could change it.
Yeah, we'll swap them around later. And then 6 here. And then, so, yeah, C was the one that was 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, alright. So cool. Yeah, because it's coming from here. It's coming from here.
Yeah, towards...
Yeah, so it was here. Yeah, this arrow right there. That's fine. So we now have all of that mapped out. That's fine. The question is, and it's going to hit that at... So if we can if we can just basically... We might take multiple hits, that's the thing. So we need to ideally hit way station A at 6:50.
Yeah, but... That's like 2 minutes and a half from now.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Well, I mean...
We could give it a go. Give it a go. That's fine. Don't even worry about it, Claire. It's fine. We'll be just firing some lovely high explosive shells at them at the bearing of 72.2 right there. A range of 13.5. I don't know what the exact, distance travel time is. We'll have to allow for that. 13.05. 3 powder charges. High explosive. The target is... I know what the target is. It's something. That won't make that much difference. I wouldn't even worry about it if I were you. Right. I also need some explosive shells. I need 1 high explosive shell. Over on... Well, I've just been given... Hang on. I've just been given a new type of shell. What are you? High capacity, thin wall... Oh, large blast radius! That feels useful. Let's give one of them a go. In the left.
Right, so you need to change the...
I think we're too late to hit that train station now. Because it was 6:50. Oh, you know, we might...
John, you need to change the type of shell.
It won't matter that much.
Okay.
I don't think we can. I think we should just focus on hitting B. I don't think we can hit... We're not going to hit... Yeah. We're not going to hit that at this point. We're going to hit... Yeah, we're now aiming for the... We're aiming for B. We'll hit some B. We'll hit some B stuff. And then again, we could, in theory... Claire... Calculate what the time between those two things is. What's the middle time between 10:06:50 and 10:10:10?
Oh god.
We'll hit them on the move. Fuck them. They won't expect that. Yeah, that's right. Fuck you. We'll hit you literally on the move with a big thing here. Oh, that will never be.
So it's 08.
Well, don't ask me. I just you to calculate that.
No, it's 08. It's 10:08.
10:08.
Yes.
I don't think we're not going to hit that either. Okay. Let's go for the 10:10. Ah! Locomotive crossing. Yeah, I'm aware. Don't worry about it. Let's just aim for B. Let's just make sure we hit B. Okay. Let's make sure we hit B. That's the priority here. Let's just make sure we're ready to hit B. Alright. Be that. And this is one of those high explosive... What was it called? A high explosive C?
I think HEHC. Or that one. I think it's that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. So, right. Luckily, the trajectory is almost unchanged from where we are. We may have to nuke them while they're inside the city centre. Which is sad. But, you know, the greater good.
Sure.
Okay. 1.18. Still 3. So, yep, 60 that's 1.18. Start lining that up. We've already got you ready to be loaded in. So,
guys, he loaded it instead.
What?
You actually loaded it instead of rotating for once. So
I did.
That was good.
That is true. Right, just get you moving in the right direction. Hey, sweethearts. That's about right. We need 3 powder charges for this. 1, 2, 3. Commentify loading. Get angle spot on while that's just locking into position. 68.9. How long is travel time, do you think? It's about 20 to 30 seconds if I had to guess, based on what I've seen so far. I think that's about the case. So 68.9.
Perfect.
Right, and then 44. We need to be assuming let's assume 30 seconds of travel time. So therefore we want to be firing at 9:40. 0940.
Yeah.
Yeah, 0940. Also, there's a record here, but that's fine. We don't care about music. So 0940. We've got 40 seconds ready to go before we're ready to hit that. The angle we're going for is 44.72. Because we will have a bit of splash. We'll have a bit of splash. We've got a moving target, but we will have a little bit of splash. 44.72. That's all correct?
Yeah, do all the checks now. And then people are saying it's 20 to 30 seconds.
Yeah.
There's the stopwatch arrow moving around is the travel time.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what I knew. So we'll fire at about 40 to 45.
Yeah.
Should be about right.
Well, oh yeah.
So if we fire about now, go.
42 is always the answer.
Yeah. We'll see what's going on here. Well, it's moving on the right trajectory, so I've not completely fucked it. Hi, Teddy Potato.
Yes, hello. Oh, you know what? You're kind of right, baby.
All right, let's see what we got. So we should be passing it. No, Hasta!
Baby.
Hasta cap. Has to stop playing with the war machine during active war, kitty.
Yeah, but like, it's a moving thingy. That's like playing with a pen. And
I think we literally got the entire train. I think we just killed the entire train in one shell.
Were we supposed to only get the back because that was a troop carrier?
Well, not one person was suggesting that was correct. No, I think I just did precisely what I was supposed to do.
Fair enough.
No, that was literally perfect.
No, fair enough.
That was literally perfect. Let's just check how big that blast radius was. Honestly, I think the exact timing did make a difference because that last guy was literally on the edge of the explosion right there.
Nice.
That was right on the edge of the explosion.
Train was destroyed by cat.
Yeah, train was destroyed by giant cat. That was a really sexy hit.
Mm-hmm.
So, alright.
Alright, let me do a couple more super chats and then I need to take that because it is starting to get dark.
Yeah, fair.
Dear, oh dear. Cat, I can has war? Debook778 gave us £5 and wants to know how are you both and the pets. At the beginning of this heat wave, my fan broke. Simba has taken to his usual spot on his cool mat again.
Oh.
No, I hope you get another fan.
That sounds sad. Right, Spotter 1.
Dear, oh dear.
Spotter 2 is also in H7, but in 6-8. Hey, you're saying you've got basically two spotters like right on cocking top of each other.
Oh, hi, baby.
Six,
Hi.
six,
Okay. You know what? I just got given port, which means we're definitely going like now. You used the radius tool in the video.
Huh? Yes, I did. That's true. I did use used that tool. That is true. That is a thing that exists. That can actually tell you, roughly how big a thing is. So yeah, nuke. We definitely want the nuke, the giant nuke right there.
He is panting, you guys. We had to go back to the vet again the other day because his allergies are getting so bad because there's no rain to like tamp down the pollen.
Yeah.
Okay, Bunny. If you let me get out of my chair, Ted, you're actually a bit in the way, buddy. Good boy.
Yeah, hello, Ted. I think Claire's off.
All right. I was given poor, so plus also it's getting real dark.
Yeah. So a structure presumably needs AP. Structure requires AP. So do we actually have the pillboxes on the thing right now? No, but what we do have is, right, you guys are providing, both distances and angles. One of you's providing angles, one of you's providing distances. That's why you've got two almost identical people. So from Spotter 1, we want a 117. So 117, just run that right to the end. There will be a little bit of variance. 117 from Spotter 1. And also bearing, hang on, 14, oh, bloody hell. Okay, just move that out of the way, please. And then 144 from, 144 from Spotter 2. So just put 144 in there. Luckily, I'm not being fired on, I don't think, so that's good. Hi, Ted. Ted, what's up? What was that? Ted, what's up? Just heard a little yelp. I don't know if you heard that yelp there. That was a tiny little yelp from Ted. I'm not 100% sure what he did. He managed to catch his paw on something.
I don't know. I think he's just really excited about the war.
Ted, baby bear. Right. So, this needs to be, this is the thing from 2, meaning it is the bearing from 1. So it's the 117 bearing. So it's along here. So you want 1.65. 1.6. Oh, that's in the middle of a town. Oh, that's a concern. Because, that's you right there. That's target 1 right there. That is in the center of a town. Because, that's 117 from Spotter 1 at 1.65 kilometers. Okay, we need to be careful. We need to get that exactly spot on, because that is in a town. That is a little town. And then we have got you over here. So, and then 144 from Spotter 2. But the distance is 1.36. 1.36. So that is you. Right on the edge of town. That one's easier to not kill people. That's way easier to not kill people when it's right on the edge of town. So, alright. But we're going to be needing AP if we're going for, like, hardened pillboxes and shit. So, I mean, surely... Hang on, wait a minute. 2 armoured emplacements block their assault trajectory. Allied infantry can't advance. Armoured will require AP shells. Yep, AP shells. Use your war horn, located hanging to the left of the trigger console, on the back right of the map table, to signal the successful destruction. Signal before you complete your task will result in mass casualties. Result in mass casualties. Okay, cause mass casualties. Got it. So, okay, all we need to do is get an AP shell and an AP shell, which is fine. That's the only thing we can do. So, one on the left, one on the right. So, left. And then right. Alright, cool. Yeah, Claire's gone. Now we can party! Woo! Etc, etc. Right. So, we've got those ready. That's... Okay, if I pick this up, will that get rid of the thing? Can we just pop this down, please? Just grab that. Put it over there. How do I put this record down? I want to put this record down. Put the record down. Put it down. Put it. Yes, put it over there on the table. That's fine. Excellent, Haster. You're a good kitty. Okay. So we've got you guys. Now we just need the actual trajectory information. So, yeah, we have got... Get rid of that. So, target number 1. It's there. We need to be as precise as possible on this occasion, because AP shells have got the tiniest little bits of radius. And then at target number 2. Right spot there. Alright, there we go. Cool. Pretty simple. Both, yeah, 2 flipping charges. So, yeah. Back over to AP. AP. Angle is going to be, yeah, low. Down. No, other way. Angle at 54.05. This can be the one on the left. And then lower you down to 7.86. 7.86. Only needs 2 charges. So, right, this is the first target. Yep, 7.86 at 54.5. Target is a... Technically, they said pillbox. I guess technically it's a structure, so that'll be a solid square. Solid square an option. Civ Riot, something. No, it's not. It's definitely a friendly. It's definitely a box. It's something we're aiming at. I think that's fine. Let's not worry about it too much. It's a thing that we're aiming at. That's fine. Okay, what's the closest? Like a supply crate? Like a supply cache? I mean, that's a building, presumably. So, hopefully that doesn't matter too much. Right. So, that can be target on the left. And then target on the right is, fortunately, going to be very, very similar indeed. So, yeah, we're just rotating you round to 68.9. 68.9. And then at 7.51. They're all pretty close together. 7.51. Yep, 68.9, 7.51. Shove you over on that side. Both AP, both 2 powder charges. So, right. Insert. And insert. Angle is going to be approximately, yeah, around about 54 or whatnot. That's fine. Don't worry about it. That's close enough. Begin loading double powder charge. Everything's fine. Load your M. 1, 2, Powder charge. Once that's loaded, that's fine. We'll fire left at first. So left first is 54.5. 54.5. Yep, 54.5. And angle of elevation is 47. Angle of elevation is more like 45. So they just start turning. So right, everything is now loading itself up in terms of things. I think that's going to be about right. It feels like approximately where it should be. So for left, we need 47.16. 47.16. Next, you are going to be 45.06. So you guys are ready to go. You guys have already been set. Yep, fine. So we are targeting, yep, left gun first. And before we fire the right gun, we'll verify if this actually works. Left gun. Fire. Just take a look at this. Just have a little look-see at this. And check. Is Haster's... Oh, Haster's not interested this time. Haster said he doesn't care. I'm not firing the right gun until we've verified we actually have a kill here. Because I'm not 100% sure how much show, like, target type makes in terms of, like, everything. So that was still a kill. For all of you sneering in the comments about how that wasn't going to work, oh dear, it looks like it was absolutely fine. It turns out this isn't rocket science, it's just firing things into the sky really quickly. Alright, so basically, screw you. Alright, it turns out I'm a genius. Alright, while that's turning, just start doing the final checks, which we don't do the final checks. A little bit less. That's fine. Right. 68.9. You all owe me an apology down in the chat for saying, oh, now it's going to fail miserably because John didn't do the thing correctly. It turns out, no. Finger in the air. That's how you artillery strike. Alright, absolutely fine. So, I trusted you, John. I love you, DM. You're the one person who believed in me, and I'm going to remember that. So, right. Take out. It does kind of look like there is an extra target over here. Like, that was just about a hit too. But I can't but feel more targets are becoming visible as time goes by here. There's definitely more targets going on. The problem is that actually my problem? So, enemy pillbox 1 destroyed, enemy mechanized destroyed. Hey, what do you mean mechanized? Where was the pillbox? There's... Hang on! Okay, so here's what happened. I aimed at a completely random bit of the city because I drew the line wrong, and I happened to hit the enemy anyway. I fired at the wrong target, and the completely random bit of the city I hit with really not even high explosives, with a really tiny shell that's very precise, happened to have mechanized infantry in it anyway, who I have eliminated. Okay, so I feel like we both owe each other an apology. I owe you an apology because I was indeed aiming at the wrong target. You owe me an apology because it turns out there were enemies there anyway. Also, the symbol, apparently what we're after is this little triangle symbol. This is, that is, you know what? I bet history's full of shit like that happening. In the early days of cannon and artillery, people just kind of firing randomly, and they got lucky and were praised as geniuses. Napoleon was just a man who got lucky 10 million times in a row. Okay, just out of interest, if I change this to that symbol, 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 that symbol's not even available. The symbol's not an option. I can't select that symbol. That symbol isn't here. I don't have an option for that symbol. It's literally not there. Do I have it as a friendly option? That's, no, it's the same again, but friendlies. I genuinely don't know what symbol I'm supposed to be using for that, so screw it. We'll stick with okay. So I'm gonna be needing one more. We're gonna be needing to do some additional firing solutions. So just a small amount of additional firing solutions, because I think we aim right for the center of the diamond, right? I think we do. Right, new firing solution. We're gonna be needing one more high impact AP shell on the. Wow. That's truly spectacular. It worked out in the end, though. If you think, like, at the end of the day, is anyone going to ask too many follow-up questions back in command about what I was aiming at if the enemy end up dead? The enemy have ended up dead, and I think that's what we should be focusing on here. I don't think we should be focusing on the fact I was not aiming at the right target or anything like that. 7.26, 61.9. The target is a target. Let's not worry about it. It's probably fine. We'll just load that in, and everything will be a-okay. Just I was like 7 degrees out. That's barely out at all in the grand scheme of things. Like in the grand scheme of artillery firing, I was pointing like 95% in the right direction. If you think of, like, you know, each degree is 0.3% off or something. Like in many ways, like, it was fine. So just load 2 powder charges into the thing. Yeah, that's fine. And then we just need to change elevation to 61.9. We need to wait for that to be loaded in. I love the animations. It's such a tactile game, full of big, chunky, clunky noises. These guys should be hired by Bethesda to do the vault doors in Fallout 5. Right there. So, alright. Right up to 61 and... No, hang on. I was looking at the wrong number. 43. 43. I was looking at the wrong number. Was slightly looking at the wrong number. 61.9. 43. Yeah, I was thinking, does it go up to 61? No, it's because I'm supposed to be aiming for 43.56, because this is the one on the left. This is the one on the left, which is fine. Okay, 43.56. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I'm moderately confident to know what my target is. Alright, fire! And this time I probably, like, you know, Hasta, good kitty. Good kitty. So it doesn't really matter. Like, clearly I can't believe I hit him, just hit an enemy target by sheer luck. And the game rewarded me for that. I got given requisition score. So, okay. We are going in. Target. Spot on. Literally perfect. And I don't need to take out the other targets. Because, yeah, Pillbox 2 destroyed. Enemy mechanized infantry destroyed. My objective was simply activate the Warhorn after I have hit both armored emplacements. Like, the game's not saying take out everyone else. I don't need to do that. It's not my problem. That's what these guys are for. Imagine how bored, like, Infantry Unit 6 would be if I killed Infantry Unit 2 before, like, you know, they had got to have a choice. They'd be bored. They'd be 100% bored. Right. Sound the war horn! Now, I feel like that's presumably correct, right? And up, hang on. So, approach successfully cleared. Ally infantry advancing on Valle de Mula. Project to complete. Stand down. Optional. Remaining enemy in the town are no longer a required target. Continued fire support is authorized at discretion. Nah, it's fine. I feel like you guys can handle this. This is no longer my job. And also, this is actually a city. So, if I, like, you know, actually fire, I'm gonna, like, take down some buildings and shit. So, I feel like I'm just gonna leave this. Like, it feels like it makes more sense to leave that to the soldiers. Alright? Not my problem. And also, it would be a really bad idea for the artillery operator to just, like, decide, you know what? I'm gonna wing it. Aside from that time when I did wing it, and I have... you know what? I've already taken out one of them for you. You're welcome. So, in a way, I feel like I've already done that. So, there we go. The rebel relief has been... Oh, no, they're French! No wonder we need to... Well, now I know it's the French that I'm bombing, I feel less suspicious that I'm actually the bad guy. Like, even if I am a bad guy, if the other side is the French, then, you know, it's all a matter of perspective. As long as you're bombing the French, it's kind of okay, whatever happens later. So, there we go. That's absolutely fine. Everything's a-okay. I got 2 medals. Well, there were minimal allied casualties, that's true. I didn't need aerial reconnaissance. However, there were some issues with me randomly firing for no reason. That's true. Still, we've got new shells, and I could... Oh, dear. I could just straight up move my own artillery platform if need be. Oh, that's interesting. So, okay. We've now got ourselves the Siege of Cartagena. So, alright. Its garrison remains encircled. Its breakout stalled by concealed coastal batteries. Command of the operation passes to Vice Admiral Mendoza. Mendoza! Sorry, had to. Wait, am I on the side of Are we being sieged, or are we doing the sieging? Cartagena's garrison remains encircled. Whose side am I on? Just out of interest. Like... No, seriously, who... Okay, it's fine. We'll figure out whose side I'm on in a minute. We'll figure out whose side I'm on soon. We'll figure it out as we go. Alright? Crack that open. That's Hey Hasta. Good kitty. Right, shut trapdoor. Step 1, and before time starts ticking, let's figure out what I've actually got here. So, yeah, I've got new shell, which is, ooh, smoke shell. Non-lethal, allied units advance towards the impact point. Okay, so it's like a flare. It's like a flare. So, immediately reposition to an unknown location. If I'm under fire. Oh, that's expensive, mind. And position report. Local logistics convoy report. So, I nest positional intel. What would I be given as a result of that, just out of interest? Also, where did it just go? Where did that just... Does anyone know where that just went? Just... Where did the intel just go? Have I just... Uh-oh! I don't know where the intel is. Also, it turns out time is not waiting for me. Hang on. Hang on. Okay, I'm under the authority of... Okay, we're on the side of Mendoza! Alright, cool. We're on the side of Mendoza. That's absolutely fine. Good to see you again. Cartagena is held, but barely. Anti-monarchist forces have the city encircled. Right! We want to break the siege to take out the people who are sieging the city. Got it. So clear the way. Primary targets, 3 high-value installations which are concealed from aerial photography. Field intelligence will provide their positions. Just out of interest. Yeah, reset the cards. Reset the cards, because I think I... There we go, position report. Excellent, it's back. Thank goodness for that. Okay. So, 2 Vickers at 580mm coastal batteries hold the cliffs overlooking the harbour. They're currently offline. When they will come online is not known. Counter battery time will begin the moment they do. Spotter bearings carry a margin of error. Yes, we are aware of that. So, okay, step 1. Let's just get some stuff active. By which I mean, let's just get information on the board here. So, Iron Nest is running at B886, but I can reposition if need to be. Alright, that's... Thank you, kitty cat. You're a good kitty cat. Spotter 1 on K6. Wow, you are inside the city. Got it. You are well incentivized for me to be doing a good job. K625. Are you all inside the city? Right. M7. Yeah, you are right by the flipping citadel. Got it. 3 6. There's you. Spotter 3. Floating around at D7. Kitty cat. You might not be helping me that much. 3 8. Okay, kitty cat. I'm really sorry. Hasta. I'm so sorry. Hasta. You have to go down over here. You play with the artillery over here. Okay, thank you. Sorry. You're a good cat. Right, so we've got that. So, enemy signal station, enemy fire command. So these are concealed from aerial photography. So, signal station, enemy assembly area. So, right, we've got a 3-way thing here. The problem is, hang on, he said, the cliffs overlooking the harbour. The harbour? I mean, are these the cliffs, or are these the cliffs overlooking the harbour? That looks like a harbour to me. So that would be a cliff overlooking a harbour, but that would be a cliff overlooking a harbour. So the thing is, what I was thinking is, I could use the left cannon to be targeting the ongoing targets, and the right cannon could just be set up ready to fire on the enemy artillery when they start targeting me. The problem is, the cliffs facing the harbour could realistically be you, or it could be you. I'm going to set up a high explosive shell that's simply ready to go. That just the highest explosive shell I've got. So that will take out their artillery. That I'm going to load. I'm going to have that ready to go in the right-hand magazine. Okay? That's fine. And the rest is presumably got to be AP. Because these are installations. Right? So, yeah, it's probably... Yeah, if these are fixed installations, it's got to be AP. Surely it's got to be AP, because these are literally buildings. So, alright. Let's get the signal station down, and we'll work on that on the left. So, yeah, it's fine. We've got a high explosive ready to load to just nuke the shit out of the cliffs, if when that becomes an issue. For the time being, though, yeah, grab the compasses. So, compass. From... Wait, where was number 3? Oh, number 3 is actually outside the city. Number 3 is outside the city. So, right. 4.49 from you. There we go. 4.49. And there is a tiny potential bit of error from spotter 1. And then 6.81 from spotter 2. And finally 3.39 from spotter 3. And that is precisely spot on. So it is definitely you. That is my target. We will hit target number 1 with the left-hand cannon immediately. We will hit it with armor piercing. And we're pretty confident in that position right there. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That's fine. Still not sure how to target buildings or hard structures. But don't worry about it. I'm sure it'll work out fine. Claire, you missed the greatest thing in the world.
Oh, yeah?
I just entered the data wrong and fired at a complete random location, but I happened to hit an enemy anyway and got bonus points for it.
Nice.
Pure luck. Absolute John luck. Just literally perfect.
Your luck is like Elfminster's intelligence level.
Uh-huh. Excuse me, why are you not... Excuse me. There we go, thank you. Literally just over... Barely over 5 kilometers. Just over 5. The slightest amount. So it does need to be 2 powder charges, but it will be a weird elevation. 1 to 8.5. We are going to be using AP. 5.02. Yep, fine. Alright. Weird ass elevation. So, yeah, put the AP in the machine, please. Put that on the left. I like using the left just because it's the one I used during the tutorial. So that's all absolutely fine. So, load you into machine. There's another bloody record. Start you turning in that direction while we are loading the 2 chargers. Yep, 2 chargers has to be. In it goes. Back over to here. You are still turning. That's fine. So yeah, that was the efficient way to do it. Get this turning while you're waiting for the powder chargers to go in. Once it's about 120, at that point we can stop you. It's about 120. That's probably about fine. And there we go. About 127. So, 128.5. That's for you. Get you moving in the right direction too. Angle needs to be pretty much bang on 30. It's barely a bit over 30. You are coming up. Thank you very much, control panel. I'm not seeing anything else. Yeah, presumably when I fire for the first time, at that point we'll get information about the... Oh, that's true. Hang on. I just realised. They said the targets, my primary targets, are concealed from aerial photography. No one said anything about the coastal batteries. They are not concealed. They're not concealed at all. I'm going to do a flight over these cliffs, because if it's cliffs over the harbour, then that is clearly the harbour. It's got to be here. So I'm going to fly from N5 at a 30-degree angle. I'm going to do a 30-degree N5 flight, just to see what we've got. And that will let me know the position of the artillery, I think, anyway. Although, actually, will it be visible yet? Will it exist yet? I don't know if it'll exist yet. You know what? It's worth checking out whether I can scout it out ahead of time. About 30 degrees should be about what I'm looking for. It's only $68. Give it a go, and we'll see what this shows us, if anything. So... And there we go. There's my targets. So, I now know precisely where you bastards are. Now, is that single mega shot I've loaded enough to hit both of you? Gosh darn it, it's not. I feel like taking them off is better. Oh, wait, the main power is... I've never been sure about what position the power's supposed to be in. Whether it's supposed to be on or off. Like, I like it being on. I'm just going to turn it on. Like, where the lights are back on. I think it looks nicer this way. Like, it's very unclear to me which way it's supposed to be. Because the game was suggesting I ought to, like, you know, turn it into the off position. But this is yellow, whereas this is green. But does green mean this is the default good position? Or does green mean you should interact with this now? I don't know. So, okay, those will need AP, because they're emplacements. So, yeah, in which case, have I already loaded? I have not loaded that shell yet. So, alright. Get me 2 APs on the left. No, the right. Get me 2 APs on the right. We'll have an emergency hyper-explosive there. You two guys we will put in at first. So, yeah, rotate you. And load the AP shell. Alright. But yeah, we're gonna... Well, you know what? I've already lined everything up for this first shot. After we do this, we'll go straight onto the artillery, which I'm guessing will activate once they know where I am. But we've now got the things ready to take them out. Because they don't know where I am right now. So, yeah, 1 to 8, 30.02. AP shot. So, left-hand cannon. Load. Fire. Now, while that's happening, Begin tracking information for my turret friends. Alright, let's get some information out over here, because right now they don't know where I am. So just zoom to you. And zoom to you. Alright, there we go. That is no longer necessary. You are no longer necessary either, because, yep, 89.1 and 93.7, those are my targets. You have already been taken care of, so we can get rid of you as well. The alarm doesn't appear to be triggering yet, so I'm going to call that a huge win. And then, yeah, then we can just get the information for you stupid losers. And, yeah, these are significantly further away, so this is going to be up to 3 powder charges. But don't worry about it, it's fine. So, we'll run you, yeah, you on the left at first. Alright, 89.1. Targeting, no. Oh, targeting artillery. That's true, it is the dot. Artillery is the dot. 3 powder charges. 3.34, 89.1, 3.34. Targeting artillery with that. So that is target number 1. Alright. And then just slightly adjust that up to 7, 8. And then the angle also changes up to 93.7. It's still AP, it's still artillery, it's still 3 powder charges. So yeah, these are going to be my 2 shots. Now, do I already have AP ready to go on this site, by the way? No, so it doesn't matter which one we do first, because we're just going to fire both of these out the right. So they're going to be on the right there. There was any reason not to... Yeah, I've got the AP on this side, so don't worry about it. So yeah, we've already got you. We're going to be loading, it's 3 and 3. So 1, 2, 3. Start loading that. Load it in. We'll target you first. And then we need to go significantly in this direction. You're locked for loading for the time being. I'm just going to stay on the right and use the AP I've got on the right. So that's fine. So yeah, 55 over here. That's A-okay. Because yeah, once it's lined up, it will be very quick to reassign. So 53. So a little bit more in this direction, please. Thank you. 53. Kind of overshot us a little bit there. 53.36 and... Read the wrong number. Slightly read the wrong number. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. 89.1 is the answer. 89.1. Slow it down there. That should be about right. Yeah, there we go. Very almost perfectly correct. So, right. 53.36 is this side. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. I'm not used to using the right-hand gun. That's kind of new to me. That's all a new thing. That's... Yep, you're being loaded. That's fine. So, yeah, we're firing out of the right gun, but we'll fire the left-hand note first. Everything's fine. So, yeah, them. 53.36. Let's start taking out those cannons before they take me out. Because they're going to fire at some point. So, like, there's no reason why I wouldn't do it first, basically. Screw them. So, yeah. Load. And that's all correct, right? That feels about correct. So, right. While that's happening, just commencify target in up to 53.7. Load the next shell, not that one. That's the AP shell. Yes, that's correct. So that is... No, sorry. That one's still coming online. If we hit the target, by the way, just check over here while that barrel's still coming out. We're taking out cannon number 1. There we go. Screw you, Vicky, and your 580. There we go. Alright. Taking out you before you start firing on me feels like the right thing to do. I don't know who Vicky is, but she started shooting at me, or rather, she's got cannons. Like, so screw you, Vicky. We're going to sort this out. 1, 2, 3. Load them in. We're already facing the right angle. Pop them in two. We're already at 93.7. Then we just need to bring you up the slight... You'll already be pointing at roughly the right direction because presumably you'll default to where you were previously. So as soon as that locks for loading, that'll be fine. That'll start coming up. So in which case, yeah, we can get rid of you. We can move you up here. And we can start looking at the next bits of information over here while that's lining up. So yeah, that was the signal station. Then we've got an assembly area. So, aha! The enemy signal station. So we need to actually, yeah, take these out. I didn't notice that. We need to take these out in the correct order. Because until we know where the enemy signal station is, we cannot hit the targets. So they've got to be in the right order. So assembly area has to be next. So, alright. You should now be roughly in the correct position, right? You need to be up to 55.12. 55.12. Right. That is 93.7. 55.12. Right-hand gun. Fire AP shell. Destroy the cannons. And that should mean there is no counter-battery threat for me. So, okay, while that is in transit, we need to start doing some more calculations here. So, we are now... Yeah, just move you out the way. We are now 83 degrees from enemy signal station. Enemy signal station was... Excuse me, get you out of the way, please. Get you out the way. 83 degrees from enemy signal station. That's about here. Alright, so that yellow line... And then also bearing 112 from spotter 3. Alright, 112 should be about here. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. So, okay, that is in the city. Which worries me a little bit, but yeah, 83 from signal station, which was the first target, which we have successfully destroyed. 112 from spotter 3. That appears to be correct. So, in which case... Let's get rid of some targets here. Get rid of you. Let's just check we actually had our target over here. Yep, target's destroyed. This is going smooth so far. I think even though it was not the most efficient way of doing it in terms of saving money, I do think that spotter flight to take out the batteries before they started taking out me, that's the right way to go. So, right. We're going to be wanting AP right in the flipping center of you, buddy, because that is once again a building of some description. And I do have a mega shot ready to go on the right if we need it. Alright. What I really need is, yeah, one on each side now. So an AP shell on the right and an AP shell on the left. Works for me. So okay. This time we're still talking... This isn't artillery, but it's a building. You know what? Generic targeting information seemed to work fine for buildings previously. So I wouldn't worry about it. I think it'll work fine again. So. 13.04. The enemy shouldn't be able to target me anymore. Straight back down to 7. I know we'll be needing to lower the powder count. 70.03. 2 powder charges. 113.4, check. AP, check. 7.03, check. 2 powder charges. Target, who fucking knows? Alright. So that is my left-hand target. Alright, cool. Sorry if YouTube is being sad. I'm not seeing drop frames our side, so I think the problem is YouTube's side. Sorry about that, folks. And then, yeah. We can also line up... Well, actually, we may as well get this working. While that's chonking away, yeah. Load AP shell. And also get you moving in the right direction. So a little bit more in this direction, please. Once we get up to about 105. Stop you there. That is fine. And before we make micro adjustments, shove in 1, 2. And then load you. Right, then we can make the micro adjustments while that's happening. So, up to 103.4. Yep. 113.4. There was no O. There shouldn't be an O. If there's an O, I've made a mistake. So, alright. Okay. I know we're firing into the city, but we were given instructions by the sponsors to fire into the city. In many ways, I feel like this is their fault, not mine. That should be about 42. So get that moving in the right direction. While that's happening, we can start working on the calculations for the next thing. So yeah, 46 degrees from signal station. And... hang on. Don't you do that till we've got that. Are you actually ready to fire at this point? Yeah, so we've copied that information down. Now, this is the left-hand gun. You need to be increased to 42.18. 42.18. Alright. 42.18 AP. I know what my target is. 1.14. Left-hand gun. Loaded. Fire. Right. While that is in mid-air, this should be the thing I'm after. So, 0.46 from... No, go over to my yellow pen, please. 0.46 from there. 0.46 from that location. Assuming this is correct. Oh, just. So in which case, let's just slightly reposition that because I was only... That was the spotter's fault, not mine. But it was just okay. We kind of caught them in the splash damage, but I'll take it. I'm glad we actually bothered checking the actual final hit positions there. Now, I do see some issues with some enemy infantry, but no one's saying that I should be dealing with that. So, I'm not going to. And then, yeah, that's it. No, that's... No. 46 degrees from the enemy signal station. Right. No, don't worry. We got there. 46 degrees from the signal station. And then from you... Yeah. 2.28 kilometers. 2.28. Now... And we know it's got to be you, because if it was here, well, one, it wouldn't be in the city, and the other two are in the city, and two, we would have seen it already in the, when we got the aerial photographs of the impact sites. So as a result of that, it's got to be this one. That has got to be my target. So, yeah, we're just going to bring you to here, where you meet you. There we go. We got that. So yeah, that's the 94.6. So scrap you, and scrap you. Don't worry, we got it. It's made a small tactical error, but we got there in the end. We figured it out. Just make sure no more information's coming in, by the way. The Admiral's not sending any more information. So yeah, priority targets, the coastal batteries have been destroyed. Signal station's been destroyed. Yep, that's all fine for me. So yeah, I'm going to say this is working nicely. We've not needed that new intelligence thingy at all. Like, the information I've been provided with has been quite sufficient, all things considered. So, yeah. All we need to do is, sorry, down to 6.66, actually. 66 kilometers. We are firing at AP once again. Angle needs to be reduced to 94.6. There we go. AP, generic targeting, 2 powder charges. That is all correct. Alright. Take that, and we're on this side right now, because, yeah, there is literally only one thing left, and it is the AP shell. While that's loading up, we need to go to angle 96. So, just something about there anyway. Right, just let that take care of itself. Load 2 powder charges. It was 2. Yes, it was 2. Right, while they're going in, modify you to 94.6. And by the time that's ready to go, we'll be ready to start loading you up to, yeah, pretty much bang on 40. So as soon as the loading is complete, we can set you to 40, which is about there-ish, give or take. While that's happening, just assume I've already done all the final checks, which I totally have. There we go. Checks have been completed. I'm assuming. And then, yeah, we should be coming up on 39.9. Oh, absolutely nailed it. Absolutely spot on. Almost perfect. Good finger in the airing right there. So, 39, 94.6, 39.96. Right-hand gun, open fire. And that should be A-okay. It appears to be following a thing right now. My cat's not batting at it. So, yeah, this has gone very well. Hello, cat. Hi, Haster. You're a good kitty. So, alright. Sorry, I need a drink of water. It's very hot this evening. In you go. Oh! Oh, yeah. Oh, flippin' yeah. Spot on. Spot on right there. So, primary targets confirmed destroyed. Anti-monarchist command and controllers crippled. Destroy 8 additional enemy units surrounding the town. Signal breakout. Once enemy units are destroyed, sound the warhorn, signal garrison. Be prepared. Once breakout begins, units will call for supporting fire and supporting smoke. Okay. Prepare smoke shells to support their advance. Okay, so what I should do is, yeah, use the left gun to murder the enemy. And the right gun to take him out. So... Oh! Sorry! Is that the... Hang on. When we say the breakout... Do you mean we only hold this blue area? Yeah, I think we just hold this blue area. And as a result of that, right, so this area is deemed outside the town as part of the breakout. So I do have one of those mega shells. I have a mega shell ready to go. It's over here somewhere. Where's my mega shell? Mega shell. Mega shell. Mega shell. HCHE. Okay, let's see what we could do with that. Let's have a little bit of fun with an HCHE. Because there are a lot of enemies floating around here. So that will be 4. Can I do better than 4? Not over here. Not over... I might be able to get 5. I might just be able to get 5. That will be 4. This, I think, is the best shot. This is the best shot we've got with that. I think with that, we can hit 5 in one go. And I think that's the best option we've got for causing a little bit of fun. Then, it's just a high explosive shell down over here. And then something else. And it doesn't matter. Now, well, it's look, I'm trying to be efficient. Okay, we're attempting to be efficient. Also, reset all map measurements. Let's get rid of the existing map measurements. I am being efficient right now. Okay. Like, the accountants in the palace will thank me for this. They will say, congratulations, well done.
Good boy.
That is what they will say. Hello, Ted.
Hello.
Hello.
He has had all of the little medicines that he needs and everything.
Ted is having some hay fever and a few other bits and pieces, struggling with the heat. So we took him to the vet because he's very itchy. So he's just scratching himself so much. He's doing a little bit of damage to himself, just causing some little bit of scabbing and whatnot. So we took him to the vet and we've been given a little bit of scrub to give him and a very short course of steroids.
And we need to clean his... you know, there's various little bits that need to be cleaned after he comes back from a walk in case of pollen. Mm-hmm. And he's not keen on it, but he's such a good boy.
Yeah.
His protests is just looking a little sad.
Yeah. Okay, so
yeah,
while
you're a good boy, yes.
Okay, so we've decided to save money. Basically, I've been told to take out the enemy infantry.
Mm-hmm.
And they're currently in the city that we want to take back of them. But they're a bit spread out. So I'm breaking out the nuke. Because I'm pretty sure with a trick shot I could take out 5 of them with 1 hit. So that's what we're going. So that's what we're going for.
Hey, John?
Yes?
Do you think you get, like, minus points for all the war crime and murder and stuff?
No, not against civilians. If I was to hit actual friendly targets that were, like, useful for some reason. I think so at that point. Also, that is incorrect because we need to set this to be nuke mode. Once we've set it to nuke mode, right, Now we've said it.
half the town.
Now we've said
complaining about your bloodlust.
Now we've said this. Look at the size of that
John
bomb.
just created. Oh, for fuck's sake.
So,
John just created the Fallout ruins.
oh, hello.
Well, I'm sure that'll make people feel better about.
Not sure where that line came from. Can I erase that? No. Just it's a happy mushroom cloud. Okay, that's what we should focus on. It's a happy mushroom cloud.
This is the origin story for a quote villain. It's like that one time where Wanda remembers that the bomb that killed her family had Stark Industries written on it.
There we go. Now it's a happy bomb and no one can be sad about it.
Mm-hmm.
Insert the happy bomb into the tube. Right. Meanwhile, just the tiniest bit over in this direction. Really doesn't need much at all. That should be about fine. Insert to powder chargers. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Oh, happy days, Claire. Happy days. Right. While that's loading up, 100. This needs to be very precise. We need to hit the middle of the area where there's no troops, so that we definitely hit all of them with the splash radius. All right, we're cracking out the nukes at this point. All right, elevation at about 43. That's correct. Woohoo! Oh. Happy days. Technically, it looks like there's one thing bigger. The Felch bomb. Whatever that is. The FLCH. So that is a tiny bit bigger. But it's all we've got. This is all we've got for now. Hopefully they'll give... If I do well here, they'll give me a bigger bomb to celebrate. So, alright. 43.80. Can't believe you weren't here when I meant for the wrong target, but just hit the enemy anyway, because I'm just so damn lucky.
Apparently, it stands for fléchette bomb.
Fléchette. Oh, is that like? I'm sure I've heard that word in the context of shotguns before.
I don't know.
I think
it means
so.
Small arrow.
Yeah. Right.
In French, like it means dart.
Well, therefore, no one could complain about me nuking the town, because this is a very small arrow I'm firing at them. So, okay.
No, because you're not firing that yet. You don't have it yet.
Well, no, I'm firing... Oh, yeah, right. I'm firing the next thing down. I'm firing a mini nuke. So, all right, in we go. This is gonna kill a lot of people. But look, this is the bit of the city that is held by the French, so it's okay to nuke it.
Oh, I see. So we're nuking the French now.
Well, in the cartoons of the newspaper, the rebels are depicted as... Oh! Oh, you can smell the crispy baguettes from here. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's so many dead French people. Oh.
Are you alright? Do you need to change trousers?
Oh dear. Happy days. That'll do. That's a big crater I've just left in the town. That's a big...
Thank goodness it's a French town and doesn't actually belongs to you. Oh.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, they should have resisted the French better. Now, there's a nice easy shot here. Is there any way to get 3 in 1? I don't think so. Well, let's actually... Hang on. It'll be tight, but I think we could do it. Let's take out 8 with just 2 bombs. Cooking. Oh, that's the... Yeah, trick shot. Trick shot again. Let's do the cooking trick shots here. Oh, that's the shit. That's the shit. That's the shit. Right. Oh. Right, I need one more mother of all bombs, please. Please insert one more mother of all bombs. Where's me mother of all bomb machine?
To be clear, the anti-monarchist forces you're fighting are merely supplied by the French. The people you're murdering are Spanish.
Well, that's... French collaborators are French by association. You get the same whiff of cheese when you cut them open in the torture chamber, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
Okay,
wait a minute. Wait a
minute. Nope, fire the bombs! Yes, Claire?
Sorry, I was just reading the chat. which is, you know, my job.
Yeah.
And trying to figure out what to tell you. Did you say the lore was in the 20s?
What?
Did you say the lore?
Yeah, it's like alternative 20s, I think. Wait, did I remember to properly...
Okay, if you're murdering anti-monarchists in Spain, it's really important if you remember if the lore is in the 20s or in the 30s.
This is alternate history, because in case you hadn't noticed, I'm in a giant walking artillery platform.
Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, I think I didn't bother actually changing the thing. Okay, hang on. It's very important. I don't think I never actually bothered changing that. Right, hang on. Sorry, I forgot to get new firing instructions. I should get new firing instructions before I fire. Just like when you're firing the mother of all bombs, you shouldn't just wing it. That's the point where you aim. All right, this is artilleries with John. So, alright, 109.1 at 7.94. Two things, we're targeting squishy humans. So that is now correct targeting. Yes,
so it is an alternate 1920s where there was no World War I, apparently.
Yeah. So it's even more important we kill the French, because there's a lot more of them than there was in actual history, so we've got to catch up. I see. Right. Up to 47.41. 47.4. No, hang on. Where did I get 41 from? 47.64. I was just imagining some numbers there. It's a good trait to have in, like, your artillery commander.
Yeah.
47.61. Yeah. That's absolutely fine. So, okay, we've already loaded you, right? Yeah, that looks loaded to me. That looks pretty loaded. Right, 47.64, 109.1. Right-hand cannon, fire! Right. That looks like it's going in roughly the right direction. And then, yeah, once we've got this confirmed, once I signal the breakout, my friends are going to be calling for smoke and shit. So we'll need to have smoke and other stuff that's like more supporting, ready to go. Please take out all three. Please tell me I can kill 8 targets in just 2 shells. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, we got them. Oh, they're so dead. That's pretty good. Right, new information coming in. Yep, lots of requisition. So, okay, the official instructions at this point are, 1, get rid of you, get rid of you. Official instructions, yeah. Once they're destroyed, sound the war horn. However, once the breakout begins, units will call for supporting a fire and supporting smoke. So, supporting a fire just sounds like me firing. I think I should have high explosives waiting on one side and smoke waiting on the other side. Just basically loaded up and ready to go. So I'm going to say, yeah, get the... Yeah, get a smoke shell waiting on the right. We'll have smoke on the right. Yep, so that's smoke, right? Yes, covering smoke. Non-lethal allied units advance towards the impact point. So, right, we'll have some smoke on... That costs literally 2. I'll have 2 ready to go. 2 smoke. And basic high explosive shells are cheap. I'll have 2 of them ready on the left. So we have got explosives and smoke ready. But smoke comes out the right, explosives come out the left. And we're pointing in roughly the right direction. Also, I've received marching for days. No everyone else blisters except me. Mother knitted me these socks for my 12th birthday. I miss her. Oh, that's nice. This child soldier has some lovely warm socks. Aw, good old Thomas. He's having a lovely time. Okay. So, yeah. Prepare smoke shells to support their advance. But they did say supporting fire and supporting smoke. So, I've got smoke shells ready. But we simply don't know what's going to happen. So, just clear the field, reset the kill tokens, get rid of all map measurements. We need the field clear, because we don't know what's about to happen. So, alright. Sound the war horn! Right. Signal received. Commence breakout. The problem is I have no live information. So, alright. Smoke shell requested. Requested before T51. Okay. Smoke shell on K7 at 4-6. Let's just plot a trajectory. That should be fine. Grab you. So, from me to K6.
K746, you said.
K746. That sounds roughly like something I'd say, yes. K746. There we go. So, right in the center there. Lovely. So we've got some information there. So
Thomas wants to know if you could turn up the game sound a little, please.
oh, sorry, I only turned it down because wait, what is smoke? Fuck it, smoke can be generic targets. It's smoke. Does any of this look like smoke? That looks like smoke. I'm gonna say that's the smoke target. That's the smoke. Shut up! It looks a bit like smoke. It looks like smoke. 96.6. This is a smoke setting. Smoke. Wait, hang on. I know what I'm aiming at, because I'm aiming at friendlies. I'm aiming at friendlies. So my target is... It's a boat! It's a boat, but it's a friendly boat. Boat. It's a thing. We're aiming at a thing. Let's just focus on getting them smoke support, as opposed to filling out the paperwork. 2 shots, 8.62, 96.6. We're firing smoke. That's fine. The smoke was on the right. So, launch, prepare smoke shell. Angle has got to be 96.6. Just slow you down a little bit, buddy. Load 1. Load 2. Load them in. Alright, do micro adjustments here while we're taking care of that. 96.6. Angle is 51 as soon as this unlocks for loading. There we go. That got to about 51-ish. When did you say you wanted this by again? By... Oh, 51. Oh, we've got ages. That's fine. Don't worry, guys. We were just doing the paperwork. The smoke will be there in plenty of time. I wouldn't even worry about it. We're fine. So, yeah, as soon as that gets pretty close, 50... Oh, almost spot on. 51.72. So, okay. 51.72. This is all fine. So, that is... Yeah, we're firing a smoke at 51.72, 96.6. The other question is, right, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, fire!
John, you're like 6 minutes early.
I think it said by, not at.
Request before. Yeah, fair enough. My bad.
Yeah, wow. Claire's Zeus, let's just leave... No, you know what? They didn't request support until this time. Let's just leave them under fire by the enemy for another...
No, I thought it said at a certain time because the only timing thing I've seen before was the train thing and that was precise.
I think when they're under fire right now and want smoke support, they'd like it as soon as possible.
Yeah, fine. I wasn't actually listening to
Wow.
like the lore and stuff.
Well, that feels like there's some good smoke coverage there, which is good. Smoke laid, Marine Garage 6 pushing through. Iron Nest, we owe you one. New information coming through. Before 55, smoke shells requested on K613. Let's make a note of that and get rid of the old notes as well. Get rid of all of the old notes. Right. We got plenty of time. So, one more of you. Get rid of you. So, from me to K6.
1, 3.
1, 3. Right there. Alright, you guys want that. That's fine. And everything, this should be faster because this time we've got it all set up ready to go. And the angle won't be too far off. So, right, up to 105.5. Distance is 8.60, almost identical. It's still a target, it's still smoke. Spot on. So, right, load. Smoke, correct. Insert. Smoke, we should need only the smallest adjustments here. Up to 105.5. So, okay, 105.5. Load. Insert. I'm just keeping the other gun clear in case...
Should we be worried about the fact that there's this much smoke going on in our, like...
Well, it's a 1920s artillery platform. I think this is pretty normal. I don't think it's particularly unusual. I think it's fine. So that's all sealing up. Just fake the pre-launch checks now to save time. You want to be at 51.5. You should be going in pretty much the right direction. Claire!
Yes, indeed. Shout out to Westylicious, who gave us 20 Danish kroner.
Excellent kroner.
And says, John, happy early birthday. May the weather be with you.
Hopefully it'll cool down a little bit by Monday, which is my birthday. That would be great.
We've got lots of fun little birthday plans. Fortuitously, Monday
is the day. I try and take off. I don't always succeed, but I try.
We're definitely taking it off this week.
Yeah.
Making sure that that you do a bit more relaxing than usual.
51.60, 105.5. Confirmed smoke. Confirmed gun. Confirmed fire. You wanted that by 55. We got it 7 minutes early. Oh, Hasta. Stop playing with the range, with the explosion estimation machine. It's not a good kiddie.
Wow, Thomas.
John,
how does it feel to turn 50?
You can mock me as much as I want. I've been feeling great recently. I've been feeling good. I'm fine.
You are fine.
I'm fine with my age. I actually feel fine with my age. There we go. I think those guys are advancing under the cover of smoke. Now, check that.
No, John is not really 50.
Alright, breakout successful. City held. Don't know what the papers will say tomorrow. I know what you did today. Thank you. Apparently my name's Anton. I didn't know that. Yeah. And any no longer objectives we ask of you, you can continue fire support at your discretion should you judge it's worth your ordnance. I wonder if there's a bunch of them standing near... No, I've already done the fun shots.
What about these three together?
It's only 3.
Close? Oh, fair enough.
I mean, if I could take out, like, 5, that'd be fine. But, like, 3? I don't know, man. I don't think 3 dead French people is worth my trouble, quite frankly. That's fine. I think I'm A-okay with that. So, alright. Not so bad, because I think we had a... yes, I think we had a good moment there. And also, Cartagena has been liberated. Excellent. The anti-monarchists have been cut cleanly in 2. East and Southern remnants distrusting one another in the Crown's absence. Officials note this was in fact the plan all along. So, alright. That all looks pretty good to me. I feel good about this whole situation. All 4 medals!
No!
They gave me more medals for efficient murder! I may have dropped 2 nukes on our own city, but I've got 4 medals for it. Yes! Yes, minimum assets required. 2 bombs to take out 8 units. The game has literally given me flipping all the medals. And also...
Wait,
yes?
Somebody said you'd already bought 2 regular shells that you hadn't used, so maybe they do keep to the next day.
I don't know, you know. And I've got 2 new punch cards, but they're very small right now, so we'll check those out later. So, alright. We have got ourselves... 2 little skirmishes, which are like optional side missions. And then, the Gorge. Iron Nest and its logistic convoy move through a mountain pass. Okay, I think this time we have to move the flipping Iron Nest. I think we're actually, we're on the move on this occasion. And it feels like I'm already a bit on the move. Because I definitely just woke up with a bit of a start there. So, hang on. Before I do any... So something just fell down there. Before I do anything, check my new cards out. So, blind loaded practice shell, concrete field, inert, minimum effective radius. So, right, drill.
But it tells you how, like, effective it is at the bottom.
Move the iron nest a set distance in this. Okay, so there's an emergency move, which is like, hey, immediate reposition. Then there's a more controlled move where I tell it. I assume in the same way I give angle directions to the spotter plane.
Yeah, and obviously you don't want to do the emergency one because that's 65.
Yeah. Yeah, and that one is only... Oh, that one's only 10. Wow, that's not bad.
Oh, I guess the scout plane is 60 as well, so that's why you wouldn't have gotten the medal that time.
Yeah, I'm 727, and apparently I had spare shells. Ah! I fell down some more stairs, don't worry about it. I don't think I've got any...
Well, I mean, you bought them yesterday, or you requisitioned them yesterday, but I'm not sure if...
Yeah. Impact confirmed. Aft port underside. Armor held. Pressure lines ruptured. Rerouting exterior lines now. Engine required manual restart. Additional system will be effective. Nothing more we can fix from here. Right, well, I'm guessing what this new hole is for. So, okay. I need to set both dials to start. Pull the starter chain. Then set to run. So, alright. That's fine. Set dial to... Set dial to start. No. Start.
And then, yeah.
But the problem is that one's not on start.
Where are you? Yeah, you have to turn the crank thing.
Yeah. Alright. Hang on.
Oh, yeah, you need to, like, time them or whatever.
Yeah, sync them up a little bit. Not quite. You need to be a little bit further in this direction because you move very slowly. Just the tiniest bit more. Tiniest bit more. I think it was the other way, actually. Yeah, it was the other way. It was the other way. It was the other way. Just a little less bit. That looks pretty good. Now, pull. Yeah, and now both of them need to be set to run. And you need to just be rotated.
Yeah, he's on run now.
That's on run. Are they... Do I need to hit that again, or are they...
No,
if it's in run mode, I think that's good enough. Right, we may need to do that again if the thing stalls out or something. Right. Turn power back. Oh, there we go. I've got the light. Oh, no, my bloody thing's looking a bit on fire. My bloody thing is looking on fire. Column stuck near L3. Escort engaged. Neutralize the initial wave of attackers. Not isolated activity. Forward enemy element holds the gorge, bearing east of your position. Locate and destroy element. Column will not proceed through the pass until it's cleared. No further intelligence has been compiled. Reconnaissance is at your discretion. Review status of affected systems. You are not expected to restore it. You're expected to complete the mission without it. Okay. Okay.
So yeah, you can't use that.
No. Which is interesting, because that means I do not have firing solutions. If I don't have firing solutions, how do I fire? Because I don't think
you have to calculate gun angles, apparently.
Okay, we might just have to... Okay, well, this is what the dummy concrete thing is for, isn't it? I just need to put some dummy shots in and figure it out as we go. Alright. Time. We no longer have a machine calculating angles for us. We just have to sort of finger in the air it, and this is why I've just been given dummy rounds. So I can just basically...
That makes sense.
Start estimating shit. Ho 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 ho. Okay. So, the column is... Okay, step one. Let's get some basic information down. So, number one, my position. The iron nest is currently located at L319. I am located here. Several enemies have already been killed because we know that, yeah, the column I'm attempting to get to has already dealt with some attackers. And then, yeah, column stuck near L3. So, near L3.
John, you're in L... Oh, no, sorry, my bad. Ignore me, please.
Yeah, L319. Column stuck near L3, but exact position unclear. Escort engage and neutralize initial wave attackers. So these guys are already dead.
But there was something about moving east?
Yeah. A forward enemy holds the gorge, bearing east of your position. So all we know is somewhere over here. And also, hang on, they just said the expression was holds the gorge bearing east. I've got topographical lines here. So logically,
yeah, exactly,
a gorge would have a trickle of water down the bottom of it. Theoretical, let's just put some enemy markers down as a reminder that there is something going on, probably somewhere about here. So I'm going to say let's figure out a rough angle that works for hitting that, and then nuke that area with a high impact bomb.
So people are saying using the drill one is probably best because it's only one more requisition point than the star one. But
exactly.
You might get lucky and hit someone.
Yeah. So yeah, the star one, which gives me some information, that costs 2, and yeah, the drill one, which is literally just, you know, it just doesn't really do anything. It costs 1 more.
Yeah, but like you can if you hit, yeah.
Yeah. If I were to hit something, but I would be going in completely blind. I feel like 1 star shell just to get an idea.
No, fair enough.
I'm just going to try 1 star shell on the left, and we're just going to get a rough idea. Just 1. And we're going to see how much information that gives me. By the way, we can now close this so I don't fall down the stairs. That'd be good. Because right now I have no information whatsoever aside from just a rough idea. But you know what? Let's start using what we know. If I'm aiming over here, I'm aiming from here, roughly this. I'm aiming about under 5 kilometers. Therefore, I only want 1 powder charge.
Should you be aiming maybe more in the middle just to cover more of the river?
Well, they said east of me. That if I was going more...
No, I meant more like in the middle of that, of 04.
I guess I could do, yeah. It doesn't really make... These are not precise measurements. I'm not entering these into the thing, but you're not wrong. But yeah, the point is I'm aiming about 3.55. I know the angle I want to be firing on, so I know the... Shut more things. We know the angle we're going for. The angle we're going for is about 80... What did we just say? 83, 84? So maybe, yeah, about 84.
We've not written this down on our...
Well, no, because I wasn't using the red pen, because we don't have a firing. We don't have a thing to enter.
Sure.
I mean, I guess I could use that to just get the information on the thing. But, okay, we're doing maths now. We're doing flipping maths. I know I want to target in this direction. I know I want to load a star shell. Where's my star shell? It's the other side. Oh, it's the other side. That's fine. Right, load me star shell in. And load 1 powder charge in, because I know I'm not shooting that far. I know I've got an angle correct. So, yeah. Load a single powder charge into that, because we're not shooting that far at all. And then... Okay, what we're doing is we are shooting at the... About 2/3. Here's what I think. Here's what I think is true. Here's my observation. Because you fire 1 powder charge up to 5 kilograms, then 2 from 5 to 10. Yeah. From 0 to 5. When you're like going, like the angle changes within 5, and then that same pattern repeats from 5 to 10, and that same pattern repeats from 10 to 20. Because if you want to go further, then you're going to have to go, like, you know, if you want it to go not very far at all, you're going to be aiming right up, aren't you? Because it's going to go up and then it's going to come down again. But if you aim too low down, what are the... Okay, you know what? Let's check the extent of what I can aim at. Because I can aim between 50, 15 and 60. So let's just aim at straight full 45. Let's aim at 45. And we'll see what that does.
Sure. Can you go back to the table for a second?
Yes.
Okay, so, yeah. 83.9. Yeah. 4 kilometers.
Yeah, so we've got the 83.9 or close enough.
Yeah.
Shoved him. So, yeah, we're now going to go at 45 on the dot, and we're going to see what that does, and we're going to see what it shows us. Alright? Because that feels like, yeah, that's basically, yeah, literally right center. That's pretty much right in the center. And we'll see what that does. So just load her up. Left gum. And we'll see what happens. Because we were hoping to... So, if, yeah, we go on that trajectory and we fire at 45 degrees. One assumes...
It don't look bad, does it?
Well, it's going the direction was always going to be fine.
Yeah.
The problem is how far is it going to keep going? Pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm going to call that a pretty big win.
Oh, we've got some enemies.
Yeah, we've got 2 enemies.
And 2 friendlies, yeah.
And I think, therefore, we should probably break out the big ship for this. So we have 2 enemies confirmed. So, but let's focus on the important thing here. We were aiming for... yeah, 45 got us pretty much, yeah, like... The maximum range of 1 powder charge is 5. 45 got us pretty much where we wanted to go, which was 3.5. So that suggests to me 45 degrees gets you 2/3 of the distance through a powder charge grouping. So if I was to put 2 powder charges in, i.e. between a 5 and 10, 45 degrees would get me somewhere around 8.
Yeah.
If that holds true. That is my working theory right now. So let's do some work here. And let's just draw a line to you guys. Now the problem we've got here is these guys are actually further away. But they're still within. They're just within that. Now the question is, if I wanted to go further than 45 degrees... Presumably I'd aim at a steeper angle.
Shallower.
No, so I'm a shallower, then it's going to hit the ground faster.
No, but if you're going at a 45...
Yeah.
Boop, but if you're going...
Yeah, the problem is...
At a steeper angle, it'll just...
Yeah, the problem is, if starting at 45, if you go high, they will go bit, and they'll go shorter. But if you go longwards, it will also go bit shorter. Which just to me, 45 might be the longest angle. But that can't be true, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to hit... You wouldn't be able to hit 5 kilometers with a single powder charge. So, I think you want to go...
Somebody said 55 degrees, 1 powder bag, but, like, it's just... Oh, okay, 45 degrees is the longest distance possible, ignoring wind and air.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what you could do is go for, like, a steeper angle, but put 2. Like, put 2 powder charge so that it has more whammy, but you use an angle that would make it go
but the thing is, it specifically says, we know you use 1 powder charge up to 5 kilometers. That is possible. Therefore, we know it is possible for 1 powder charge to get to 5. It cannot not be.
Ah, okay, fair enough. There's people saying 45 degrees should be the angle required for max distance, but in this game, more angle be more range.
So yeah, I'm going to test out that theory. And I'm going to say, let's increase the... let's increase this to... Wait, check where we just were, by the way. 87 point that. Get rid of you. 87.8 we now know is the correct direction of enemies. 87.8. Alright, that is correct. We know we have seen 2 enemies in that direction. Now, I say, depending on the price, we maximise our chance of hitting them by tossing a really big-ass bomb in their direction.
Okay, John.
Yes?
Check where the friendlies are at, because they
were quite a long way away.
Oh, fair enough.
High-impact shell is 10. Extremely high-impact shell is 18. So if I might miss, I'd need 2 high-impact shells. So, if you think about it...
yeah, you're saving money.
I'm saving money. Unless I was able to hit first time with a smaller shell, which, bloody hell, I'm not banking on. So, yeah. With this time, if I miss by as much as that, that should be fine. Looking at the angles that are possible, Yeah, the highest angle the game is willing to give me is just pop you in there and never mind. Rotate you round. Come back. Sorry, I didn't mean to just send you away. Pop you in. Alright. And then pop in one thing of powder charge. And then I'm going to increase the angle. I think shallow angle would mean it would hit the ground first, and steep angle would mean it would go a bit further.
That's just wrong, though.
Well, I'm going to test it.
Sure, but, like, say if you throw a ball in the air in the garden, and if you throw it high up,
yeah,
or if you throw it kind of shallow, what's going to go further?
Depends on speed. And drop off. Because gravity is gonna, the ball you toss the shallow angle is gonna hit the ground sooner.
Yeah, but you're not tossing it towards the ground. You're still tossing it up a little bit.
I'm whacking this up. We're gonna test this. We're gonna test this shit. It's gotta be possible. It's gotta be possible. We're gonna increase this to about 55. And we're going to see what 55 does.
John, do you think 55 is a shallower angle than 45?
It depends how you define shallow or deep. I think we might be talking about the same thing, but using different words.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're just wrong. That's
no,
fine.
I'm not wrong.
So 87.5. We're trying 55 angle this time. Left gun, fire mother of all bombs in roughly the right direction. Hopefully do not take out friendlies. Hopefully it goes further, because if it doesn't go further, I've just killed the friendlies.
I said that, and you ignored me, and you said, no, there's no close by.
Go. Don't explode. Keep on going. And...
kaboom.
Nailed it. Absolutely nailed it. Right, we now have a pretty solid idea of what we're doing here. So, right, enemy infantry destroyed. That is spot on. So, right, ridge clear. Holding a position. Many enemy infantry destroyed. Excellent. I've just destroyed a lot of shit, actually. I think there were several guys down there, because the enemy's recording a lot of stuff dead. So, okay, hang on. Do anything else here? Nope, that's nothing more here. Taking fire, moving to support. Ah, these will be the 3 that were destroyed when I arrived. So those are the only 2 I've destroyed. So now we need to hit you. And now I'm feeling a bit more confident about angles and whatnot. I'm going to try and do this with a standard high explosive. Because when you destroy something, you get updated aerial footage. So, okay. Get you over here. And now let's see if the opposite is true. Because what we're dealing with now is 5.53. So, only just into flipping
2,
into 2. So, let's try a shallow angle on 2. Alright. And see if that generates what the result I'm looking for.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the angle, like, between the ball and me, the person throwing, and you're thinking about the angle between the ball and the ground.
Uh-huh.
And we're talking about, that means we're talking about, like, you know, numbers that equal to, yeah.
So basically we're saying that the 2 of us shouldn't collectively decide to operate a giant artillery platform.
Yeah, totally.
In future, that would be a bad idea. So, right. In goes a standard high explosive shell. Angle is already correct. I'm going to put in 2 powder charges. Okay. 2 powder charges go inside. I appreciate that this is not what the firing computer says. We're ignoring the firing computer because we're not even bloody using it today. Alright. So now we're going to go for, as opposed to that, we're going to go right down to the lowest angle. And see if that delivers the... And that delivers the shortest shots.
Yeah, because what you're seeing there is a third and a third and a third.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So,
maybe...
the lowest angle it's willing to accept is 0. That we shouldn't. That I think is...
Yeah, we shouldn't do it because we need to...
I think...
To give it like half a kilometer or something.
We went from 45 up to 55 was pretty much from 2/3 to pretty much max range.
Yeah.
Alright. So 10 degrees difference was 1/3. So therefore we should go from 45 down to 35, then down to 25. Because if we assume 10 degrees represents 1/3 of the workable range. No, this is going to work. Claire's looking at me so cynically. Claire's looking at me like I'm an idiot.
I'm not looking at you cynically. I'm just wondering if the game, being a game, is wanting to use the whole range that it's given you, and therefore if it's going to be less, but I don't know.
Well, the lowest range is 0, and it's not wanting us to be 0. Definitely not going to be 0. So, okay. We have got 25 degree angle. We've got the positioning correct. I'm going to see if this is correct, because I think I've not seen the targeting computer ever spit out anything lower than 25. Alright. So, and you know what? What I'm going to do is, because 25 would be at the absolute base of what we want, and what we want is actually 10% in, I'm going to put another like 1 angle onto it. Because I want another 1% of that 10. So we're going to put you up to 26. This is going to be 26 degree firing angle. Okay? And we know the angle is correct, so we've got visual confirmation. So this is just a question of that. Load gun. Claire, this is going to work. 26 and... Oh. Yeah. There we go. Sorry. We had a couple of false fires there.
Don't worry, that happens to everyone.
Okay, so this is going to work. This is going to be amazing. This is going to be amazing. It's going to be literally on top of them. It is going to be on top of them. They are going to... Okay, so let's take what we've learned here. Let's figure out what just happened. Where did that land? That landed at under
5.
That landed at under 5. Now that suggests, so therefore the angle was definitely too shallow. That was actually landed underneath the effective thing. So possibly, yeah, we need to be a little bit... Someone just said this is going to overshoot. Well, you were very wrong. So, okay. That was, yeah, we went 4.3. We were supposed to be going at 5.5. So we were about 20% shy. Alright. So let's try that out again. Let's put another high explosive shell in left. Alright. Let's try and use what we've learnt here.
What a good dog, Dad.
Load you. Once again, we're loading two powder gangers, 2 powder chargers.
Nice.
We're not loading two NPCs from New Vegas into this thing. Shove you in that. Right. I'm just trying to think what angles I've seen the game give me in the past. And I'm not sure if I've really seen it give me much less than 30. So, I think possibly what we should think... And I don't think I've ever seen up to 60. I think we should think about... I think, 30 to 55. That 25 as pretty much the only workable range. The only workable range we use. Like, I think that's what we're doing here. I think between 30 and 55, that's it. You don't go lower than that. Now, we don't want to... And because of that, so, basically, within that range, because that's 25 points. That's 25 points. So, each turn... Each angle represents another 4% that you might want to go. So, therefore, if 30 is my minimum, I would want to go to 32.5. If that's what I'm thinking. Because 32.5 would represent 10% over the minimum firing distance. So, we're going to try 32.5 at the same angle. And we're going to see if that gives me a better result. Alright? So, try that. And activate gun. Fire. And let's see what we've got this time.
Yeah, people are saying that the really, really low numbers, like 11 degrees, 5 degrees, or whatever,
Thus, I'm going to do anything.
is you can put like 6 or 7 shells and have it go really close by.
Yeah.
Because you're on a very, very low. And then I suppose there's a reason why you might want to do that later in the game.
Got it. Got it. I think now we've actually got a workable theory. And there's also a bunch of them very close together, though. Those might be buildings or some shit. Hang on. So, enemy infantry destroyed. Plenty of requisition. Okay, now we have got a pretty good working theory. Now, the question is, what are we looking at here? Because the problem we've got is... that symbol is not included here.
What symbol?
Triangle and skateboard.
I mean, I think the skateboard is going to be like some sort of cistern or something.
I mean, is that mechanized? Because it's
well,
kind of
it's
like...
got wheels. Maybe it's mechanized but moving?
Could be. I mean, I feel like what I want to do is I just want to nuke that area with the big shell at this point.
This is an unfolded paper airplane.
Something like that, yeah. All right, let's start having a let's see if we can apply what we've just figured out here. All right, let's see if we can start applying what we figured out. Because what I want to do really is actually, let's not worry about that for now. Pop this here. We want to have this in the middle and potentially catch some more guys on the way past too. So we want to aim for about that. Get rid of existing firing instructions. Draw that to here. Put it right into the center of this thing. And I'm dropping the mother of all bombs on these bastards. So that's the 89.1. Now, based on what I've assumed so far, let's just adjust this angle ever so slightly. 89.1. We're going to buy one mother of all bombs. That was you. Right. HCHE. Buy one of them, please. I've got plenty of money. Now, distance is 6.47, so we're loading you straight in with 2 powder charges. Alright. Now, my working theory up to this point was, yeah, we treat 30 to 55 as the operational range. And then within that, we just start basically working out percentages. Now, this is pretty much bang on, let's say, a third into this. Now, the last time we did that, we were a tiny bit short, suggesting we want to go a little bit higher. So, using my theory, with 2 powder charges, we would want to go, if we're going a third in, we'd be wanting to go somewhere around 37. Because 37, 38, let's say 38, 38.5. We'd want to be hit 38.5. However, that calculation left me a tiny bit short and only just did it last time. So we're going to start at 38.5 and then we're going to add a little bit extra on. Alright. 38.5. I'm going to add like 1 extra degree on to offset what we did there. So we're going to do 39.5. 39.5 is what is my working theory here. Alright. And admittedly, I'm now firing a larger bomb, which might make a difference, because the weight of the bomb might matter, which is why you have to set that when you're, arranging a firing solution. But we're going to go for it. 39.5. So, 38.5 according to my calculation, plus a tiny bit more to offset, John wind, etc., etc. So, yeah. And check 89.1. Let's see if this is a better estimation. And it's a big-ass bomb. So it should... Hello, Hester. You're a good kitty. We definitely won't hit our friends over here. Not a chance in hell. So we're just moving in. Let's get you out the way. And let's see if I am pretty much okay.
Chris Whitmore says, I make that a tiny overshoot, but still a solid kill.
Oh, I think that is really solid.
Yeah, I think you got it exactly,
I think we've actually about got that.
I think you got it exactly, John, and you got it exactly, Chris Whitmore. That was maybe a tiny bit further than you wanted to go.
We now have. I think we now have a workable theory for fingering the air. Fingering the air. Finger in the air. Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. All right. So okay, no more instructions from them. Simply just more bits and pieces.
Yeah, shell type doesn't make a difference. It should, but
yeah, you'd expect the bigger, heavier shells would be heavier, and you'd have to compensate for that.
Yes,
okay.
But it is a video game.
Locate and destroy element. Column can't proceed. So okay. Let's keep on working on this theory, because we now have a star. I wish you guys actually told me what things are. Like, I know that's high priority. Well, whatever these things are, the mother of all bombs worked against them. So the question is, how many of these fuckers? Sadly, we can't hit all of them in 2. So we may as well aim for 1 and 1. Let's not try and get, like, too many. We'll aim for you, and we'll aim for you. So it's going to take 2 bombs regardless.
Yeah.
So let's aim for this bastard first. We'll aim for right in the centre of you. And if we happen to get that extra one at the edge... like, great, but like, let's not bank on it. Let's not bank on it. But I think we've got a really good working theory now. Now the game is asking a bigger, more complicated shit of us. So right, we now have that. We're up to 7.65. So okay. Once again, just give me one ridiculously high impact shell. Because the game seems to like reward you for using the massive bombs to take out enemies in a smaller number of things.
Whilst you do that, shout out to Daft Punk, who gave us £5 and says, "Hello, MATN HQ. Last stream, I told you all that my cat just had surgery to have mystery lumps removed. She is now recovered and the lumps were harmless."
Woo! Benign!
Woohoo!
That's the right word for that, right?
Yes,
benign.
I believe so.
I'm not sure benign means something very specific that doesn't apply to all, like, harmless masses.
I think it means non-cancerous in like, most, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that would be my assumption anyway. I don't actually know. But, let's see. Westylicious gave us another 20 Danish kroner. And says, "I blew up 1 hospital. 1! John, so proud of you."
Yeah. It was just 1. It was an innocent mistake. Anyone could blow up 1 hospital. Like, 1 is an accident. 2, I agree, take me to The Hague. But, like, 1, let's just say, okay, anyone could have done that.
Yeah. Shout out to the Great Loud Lobster, who's been a member for 59 months. And says, "I love watching John return to 90s and early noughties retro game. God, that makes me feel old. When can we get a John Plays N64 games live stream?"
We did Ocarina of Time not so very long ago. So, you never know. You never flippin' know. Maybe something in the future. GameCube's a little bit easier because of the Project Dolphin. But then N64... now we've got the flipping analog 3D thing. Is a bit easier too. Honestly, like, I think in many ways, the GameCube, I think that generation, around the GameCube and the Xbox 360, that's the first generation where really, I think you can, like, you don't have to go in with a little bit of nostalgia specs on. Like, before that point, you kind of have to weigh your nostalgia specs a little bit, some of the time. But, like, I think... the point where you got diminishing returns from generation to generation really aggressively started around the 360 and the GameCube. Like, games may be prettier now, but functionally many games still play very similarly now to what we got on 360, GameCube, PS3. Whereas that's not true for what you could do on PS2 and N64. So you need to go in with a little bit of, like, you know, okay, I understand product to the time, etc., etc. But okay, let's also just apply what I was just saying, which is each point represents each angle represents 4%. We're going from 6.5 up to 7.5, so we're doing a pretty big jump within the so we're moving an entire 20% within within the field, and 20% within the field, assuming a 25 point field, would be 5. So we'd take what we've got right now and we'd add 5 onto it. So that would take me to 44.5. If my calculations are roughly correct. I'm going to add 44.5 on. I'm going to put 44.5 here. Angle is still correct. It's still 8.91. And let's see if my proportional calculations make sense. Because I think an angle of 44.5 should be about right here.
Yes, indeed. And just a clarification from Galactia, who says from working in cancer centres for the NHS, benign isn't non-cancerous. Benign means no medical risk of spread or expansion.
Yeah.
But if you want no cancer, you're looking specifically for no presence of carcinomic cells.
Yeah. Now let's see how close I am.
Hey.
A tiny bit short.
Good.
A tiny bit short, but I still hit the targets I was aiming for.
Yeah.
I still hit the targets I was aiming for. So, alright. I think, therefore, it is now time for one last thing here. So, yeah, that was 4.65, so we'll leave that one there. Grab the thing. Bring you here, and we're now aiming to take out the last 5 in 1 mega bomb. So, grab you. Move over here. Aim for right in the center of you losers. We've got a fair bit of leeway built in here. So now we're up to 8.4. So I added on 5 last time and it wasn't quite enough. This time the distance we're going up is less. So if I added on 5 this time, it should be correct, but I'm going to add on 6 to offset the fact I was shy last time. Okay, so 1 more bomb, and then we're going to add 6 degrees to elevation, and I think that will be good. So, right, I'm going to start loading and clap.
Yes, indeed. Sorry. Shout out to Copper Hamster, who's been a member for 17 months. And says, hello, every pet, and Claire and John, little Etienne Boop. And also, how is everyone doing?
Can confirm I have been booped. That has happened. I think we're good aside from the heat.
A little bit.
Aside from the heat.
Guys,
I'm honestly amazed that Xena, despite being the fluffiest, is fine in the heat, but Ted, who has got the shortest coat, is struggling.
Yes. Folks, I had the most British walk.
Yeah.
When I took Ted, just like little walk around the neighborhood. First of all, despite it having been, like 9:30 or something.
Yeah.
So many people outside because this is the only time it's bearable to be outside.
True.
Kids playing outside and all that. And literally, I must have met like 3 or 4 of the neighbors.
Yeah.
And,
so I'm saying add on 6. That's 50.5.
Yeah, 3 or 4 of the neighbors and all people walking their dogs or whatever. Plus 1 person who was just coming back from putting out some water for the wildlife.
Yeah. Yep.
And every single conversation was like, oh, hello, good evening, how are you doing? This weather's terrible,
warm, isn't
it? Yeah, exactly.
So that would be adding
delightful.
on 6. This is me moving on. Yeah, I'm not an entire kilometre further away. I am 0.85. But even though I'm 0.85, I'm going up by another 5, which wasn't enough last time. But I've added the extra bit on to compensate for that. I think this should be okay. I've added a lot on to compensate. So, and also just check the angle. That is, no, John, you've not changed the angle. The angle is now 90.6. I'm glad I checked that. So, 90.6. The angle is at 50.5. Fire. And I'm hoping that should clear out the last of the column. It's a lot of dead people, but I think we now have a workable finger in the air system for when if we're like in a desperate hurry, we could just sort of say, look, it's this much in, that it's in this range. We fire at this, and let's see how close we are to target. Because I feel like I've compensated pretty well. And oh, look at that! That was what I was aiming for. That was literally the center of that.
I mean, that is pretty sweet. Yeah.
I was aiming for that spot at the end of the red arrow, and we got it.
Very, very good.
Blimey, heck, job done. And I didn't need to bother moving.
Shout out to Chris, who says, I'm genuinely impressed with how well John has worked this out. Took me much longer to get the math for estimating it.
Yeah, just working on it. It's just, that's fun. That's a fun escalation of what's going on here. It's a fun escalation of what's going on here. So, all right.
Fingering the air works very well, so it's 2 steps.
Good old fingering the air.
Yeah,
good old, as us classicists like to giggle at, rosy-fingered dawn.
Mm-hmm.
As a common translation in various old versions. It's a common thing. The thing is, okay, if you've ever read many of the classics, because they were originally written in poetry that has not so much a rhyme as a rhythm. Ancient poetry has a rhythm in terms of, because Greek is long and short letters and or, and you use them to create a flow. So it has a rhythm and a flow as opposed to a rhyme. Therefore, when you want to describe something, certain epithets, not just for characters but for everything, get used all the time. So when it's dawn, you don't just say the sun's coming up, because that might not scan right. So instead, people talk about basically the expression translates as something to the effect of, dawn, which is rosy round the edges with its spreading hands. It doesn't translate very well. But a common translation of older translation is rosy-fingered dawn, which people find very amusing when you're a schoolboy.
Mm-hmm.
Rosy-fingered dawn is too funny to this day.
Dear, oh dear. Shout out also to Moken, who gave us 50 Norwegian krona. And says, hey, Master Ted, Lady Claire, Xena, Willow, and John, how did Master Ted's playdate go? Or is it happening later? Also, I'm surprised this isn't a follow-up Palworld stream.
Well, there's other things I want to look at. There was Nova Roma. There's always, more things I want to dig into.
Yes, indeed. And Ted did have...
He did have a little play date.
He had a little play date where another dog came to our house.
Yeah, perfect medals, like that.
Nice. And then we did go to their house for a little bit as well.
Yeah.
And it was the most adorable thing tonight when we went for our walk. We walked, on the path that goes near their house.
Oh, and he was pulling towards it.
And he tried to turn back towards their door, yeah. Obviously, I'm not going to go knocking on people's door at 9:30 without letting them know they have young kids. But
oh shit! It's time to go to Gibraltar, which clearly doesn't belong to the British for some reason, and blow the shit out of a cruiser. That sounds fun. So okay, Gibraltar, or possibly it is. Maybe the British are helping out. So we need to take out the British. Fuck the British. Let's go. So all right. Let's, I think we're going to do it. We'll probably wrap up after that. I think we're going to do a shorter stream tonight. Because we've got to get up. We've got to get early tomorrow morning to walk Ted before it gets too hot. So we're not going to do the longest stream.
Also for us to be able to start working earlier in the day than usual. Because
Pastor, you're a good cat.
It becomes really unpleasant to be working when
you stay down over here. So okay, we've not got much space here. City, harbour, ship needs to be located. Let's have a look, see what we got here. Enemy heavy cruiser lies moored to Gibraltar Harbour. Batteries providing anti-aircraft cover for the port. Do not fire until after T11:08. Okay, well that's fine. It's already 11:07. Apparently I got up late today, so that's not a problem. By then, the only designated survivors will be on shore leave. Cover stories are already written. Armor piercing is required. No reconnaissance imagery, including shell impact photography, will be available while her batteries... So, okay. Forward observers are at your disposal to requisition if additional intel on cruise location is required. So, right. Let's just get the starting information down. We may have to call in more intel, because right now there's a harbour here, but I can't just nuke it because armor piercing is required. So, that's not going to fly. So, my position is B2 to 3. I'm on the outskirts of the city over here. That's fine. Spotter number 1 is located in C862. Right in the center, please. That's C862. Spot 2 is located in F4. Hang on, you are... Yep, you're more in the city, close round to the port, etc., etc. You're in a good position to keep an eye on things. Yep, you're right by the water. 2-5. Alright. So that's all the information we've got there. We know we need AP shells. So, the mole, the dockmaster's house, and... Oh, yeah, it's a British ship. It's the HMS Rockingham. So, okay. We've got to plot this out here, step by step. Because until we have got the starting information, we cannot get the rest of it. So, we have that down. So, okay. Step 1... Reference point, the mole. So, right, the mole, the dockmaster's house, and then the ship. So we have to calculate this step by step here. Alright, we're putting this all together here. Yellow, please. So, 88 degrees from spotter 1. It will be about there. There we go. 88 and 45 degrees from spotter number 2. So that's about 45. There we go. There. So that is our first helpful little thing there. So person A, that is the mole, can be put right here, right there. You can just be got rid of. So that's fine. That's the mole. So next we locate the dockmaster's house, which we're going to designate as point B. So located at 5.42 kilometers from the mole. So 5.42. That is absolutely fine. 5.42.
That's 24. 5.24. And you want 5.42.
I'm not good with numbers.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm telling you.
Luckily, Claire's here. Right, It's 5.24.
Or did you just read it out?
I read it wrong, but I got it right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Damn it, Claire. You know I read numbers backwards.
Oh.
That's just a thing I do. Goodness sake, Claire. Right, we can get rid of these lines now because we've already got the mole's house spotted. So, right. So, dockmaster's house, 5.24 and 0.83 from 1. So, 0.83. So the thing is that could be 2 locations. However, the dockmaster's house feels much more likely to be near the docks. But let's...
Yeah, but I mean, they're kind of both near...
Let's put 2 markers down, D and E, and we will reconcile one of them into B when we decide which one is the real one.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's going to be one of those 2. Now, let's work under the assumption it's E, because I think that is the correct assumption right there. So, in which case, the HMS is bearing... Well, we know it's 013 from spotter 2, so that one's easy. So we'll just simply draw a line that is 013. So, yep, just 13 degrees. So it's got to be somewhere right about here. It's probably, yeah, in this space right here, depending on how big the damn thing is. And then, if it's here, then presumably there'll be something that makes sense here. So we know it's 8 kilometers. So go over to here, and I think this is going to make much more sense. So if we go...
8.89.
8.89. You see, that makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
8.98. You see, that makes sense.
Yeah.
However, if we assume this is the correct thing, and it's 8.89... did I say 8.89? 8.98, sorry. 8.98.
Then, yeah, it's off the map.
It's off the map. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that is... So this does not exist. That we just shuffle off to one side. That doesn't matter. So, in which case, we have our target. Our target is now here. Alright. Target located right about there. That makes sense for a boat. The other option simply does not make sense, and that makes... I like how this game... It doesn't, like... It's not so much common sense as intuition. Like, what logically seems to make sense here is, in the 1920s, is a dog master going to live close by to the dock? Probably yes. You know.
Oh. Chris Whitmore in chat says, I like that John has decided that there's a mole living in the city as opposed to the harbour having the stone wall structure called a mole.
Oh, I thought the mole was...
Yeah,
this is a guy who was the mole.
This is a war. I also assumed that the mole was a trader person.
Yeah, exactly. So, okay. If we need additional intel on cruise location, I think we're fine. Now, they did say, do not fire until T1808. It's already 1814, so I don't know how the hell we'd possibly have tracked down the boat before 1808. That does not strike me as likely. So, yeah, we now need to just basically target that location with AP.
Jake in chat says this is Map but more stressful. Thomas replies this is Map but with war crimes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Dear oh ditch. Speaking of Jake, Jake's been a member for 74 months.
Nice.
And says, I have tea and slightly melted Jaffa cakes. The cats are very busy sleeping. We are in good shape. I will share some slightly less melted snacks with the group.
Nice.
Yeah, many people thought it meant mole as an informant.
Yeah.
But apparently a mole is a big stone wall in a harbour. The mole at Dunkirk was really important as a point to load troops.
Yeah.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh, there you go. We've all learned something about harbours and some shit. Right. AP. We've now got our machine back. So we could actually, like, you know, get an actual firing solution that makes sense here. Because this one's more about figuring out where the boat is. And using logic to figure that out correctly. So, 45.2. 6.38. 6.38. There we go. That's about a third into the firing charges. So let's just check ourselves here. Also, I don't really know what we're targeting here, but fuck it, we're targeting a target. Yeah, that makes sense.
Solid.
So I'm gonna say, yeah, that distance we're probably gonna be looking at like from 34 to 58, 38 degrees.
Nice.
38. Okay, we've now got it. That mission basically forces you to actually get a bit of an idea. Also, oh, how's little Thomas doing? Hey, Thomas, Iron Nest. She was a dreadnought. He was a boy. Can I make it any more obvious? He was King Alfonso the 13th. Sailors will tell you that it is bad luck. No, stop that. Also, oh, hang on. I thought, wait, Anton sat directly on my side.
You're clearly not Anton.
I thought I was Anton. I think I'm not Anton. Wait, who am I? Well, I'm John, but I thought I was Anton on this particular occasion. I don't know you, Iron Nest. Don't know your crew, your history, or what you have seen since Anton's guns were lowered onto your chassis and pointed at New Horizon. I know what was given to make you possible. I know what it cost. I think Anton may have been a ship that these guns came from before it was loaded up. Yeah. Alright. Oh, yeah, she was the Dreadnought. So, right. They named her after the king, Alfonso, who I guess was Anton because Alfonso was bad luck. Alright, I guess that was the ship. That was the ship we got the guns from. That was the ship we got the guns from.
Anton is turret A?
Yeah. Well, there you go. Right, AP shell.
And John. Lol.
Load that. 45-degree angle. Doesn't need much time to get that correct. Load that, please. Thank you. Well, that's just spinning down. We do need 2 powder charges. But yeah, we now have a good instinct. So, loading Anton. Just shove 2 powder charges up Anton's arse there. There we go. We almost got that spot on as well, which is Always remember to close that gate, otherwise you will fall down it.
Yeah, and whilst you do that, shout out to Slurry Dude, who's been a member for 55 months, and Slurry Dude says, shoot for the stars. And remember, if you miss, the war crimes that this may cause might be justified.
Nope, that's fair. Completely fair and reasonable.
Nola Gale? I'm gonna go with Nola Gale.
Yeah.
Gave us $5 and says the studio behind Cultist Simulator and Book of Hours released a demo for their RPG Traveling at Night on Monday. Was that on your radar at all?
No, that's the first I've heard of it. Also, I was aiming for 45.2, which was the wrong angle. So just
that was the other one.
Adjust the angle a little bit down to 38.2. I was doing better when I was figuring the error. Now I've actually got now I've got to copy numbers from point A to point B, and I'm much worse at that.
Mm-hmm.
That's worse for me. So all right, we've got all that set up, ready to go. Yeah, we've got 38.28, 45.2. Armor piercing loaded in Anton. Set Anton as the gun to fire, and fire. So, okay, this should hit the ship, but the question is, there's going to be more. There's got to be more to it than that. It can't just be one shell into the ship. But if we're lucky, that will take out the anti-air, and yeah, at that point I might have access to better quality, you know, intel. And I think she's cock and sunk. Bare minimum, she's badly damaged. So, okay. Successfully destroyed 45 minutes after the French battleship Leon Gambetta's crossing. Matters proceed as arranged. With that destroyed, anti-aircraft cover over the harbour is lifted. Aerial reconnaissance is restored. Primary objective complete. You may stand down. Public sailing notices. Place a vessel crossing the Strait today bound for Barcelona. Respect surrounding ordnance to anti-monarchist. Interception is authorised at your discretion. Due to enter the Strait somewhere between... Oh!
That's a lot of grid.
Q1 to T1, and it's going to arrive in 30 seconds.
LOL. Well, one is at the bottom of the... Yeah.
Q1 to T1.
Okay.
Okay, but that's when it enters the grid.
No, you were looking at O1 to... That Q1 is here.
Yeah, Q1 to T1. So the bottom's over here, but that's when it's entering. Ready shell section and load your guns while you wait. Okay, well, we know it's a ship, so... yeah, that was just confirmation of the hit. Well, we know it's a ship, so therefore we need AP. And we know roughly how far it is away, so we can prepare the number of powder. We can prepare the correct amount of powder, even if we don't know precisely where the fucker is right now. So it's going to be somewhere between 15 and 20. So 15 and 20... is therefore, yeah, 15 to 20 is, hang on.
4 shells.
Well, let's just, you know what, this might be a finger in the air situation. This is fun. This is now everything. So we know it's 15 to 20. So yeah, it's a 4 shell punt. So we're loading you, AP, and we're loading a 4 in. So okay, this is, now we put everything together. Yeah. This is, we need one last trick shot. 3, 4. Alright, start that loading right now. The angle that we are going to be going for is pretty much, it's about 90, give or take. We can start that moving in the right direction, bare minimum. So, yeah, let's just slow it right down so it's just slowly ticking over in that direction. It'll just slowly tick towards 90. Give me more information, please. Can you give me any more information? Cargo, explosive ordnance consigned to anti-monarchists. Lusitania, right, spotted, but okay. We know roughly where she is. She's now, that's pointing in roughly the right direction. The gun is rising at roughly the right situation as well. Okay. Okay. 0147 at T11 at 21. A streaming course of 12 degrees. So, okay, let's start that. Let's just make a note of all of this. We need to track her down. So, step 1, let's just grab an enemy token and put her number 1 at 0147. Okay, and that was about a minute ago. traveling at 12 degrees. Presumably she will hold that course. So, hang on. 12 degrees puts her upwards. But that means she's maintaining distance to me, so we don't need to worry about powder charges. If she's traveling at 12 degrees, she will continue just traveling upwards in this direction. Right? That's 9.7 knots. 9.7 knots means traveling 3 kilometers in 10 minutes. So let's put a 3 kilometer marker on the map. Okay, because we know where she's going to be in 3 kilometers. She will be there. So let's put a marker right there. That's where she is going to be after 10 minutes.
So that's where she's going to be at 11:31.
At 11:31 precisely.
11:31:42.
Yeah, 11. Yeah, you're correct. 11:31 and 42 seconds, and we need to leave about, given it's a long shot, we need to leave about 30 seconds for that. The problem is it needs to be armor piercing. It's going to need to be armor piercing to actually hit her. So we need to load up.
Could we, calculate also like a 2 kilometer one to do in like 6 minutes or something, so we have another shot at it, because we have a bit of time before the 10 minutes.
So hang on. We have a bit of time, but not that much time.
Fair enough.
Because loading takes a fair bit of time. So hang on. Let's just, and we've also got to calculate the trajectories and whatnot. Like, we've got to get rid of you. We get rid of you. I need to actually get the firing solution set properly. So, hang on. And then there's travel time for that. So aim for right there. Put that down. It's going to be one a hell of a shot. Oh, that's only 14. So, oh.
Well, no, but you can tell it how many shots you've put in, and it'll calculate that. The machine will.
Oh, good point. I can tell it to. Oh, I think that's the number of.
No, you can select an extra powder charge.
Okay. Let's see if it's angry at me about that, though. 14.01. So, yeah, get rid of you. So, yeah, 14.01. And then we'll set the angle to 80.0. 80.2. 40.01. So yeah, I'm gonna generate both of them, because I'm gonna see whether it gives me a different firing solution, because it should do. So that is if I select 3. Yes, it does. So okay, so the fact that we've already loaded the thing, it does not matter. That's fine. So right, therefore we're now rearranging this down to 80.02. Remind me, what time are we firing at?
We're firing a solid 10-minute after, so 31:42, but 30 seconds leeway, so 41:12. 31:12. We're firing at 31:12.
31:12. So okay, 80.2. And yeah, we can line up you as well. But we can set up a backup. We've got time to set up a backup shot. Yeah, but not for like, but at the same or very similar location. So if we're just slightly off, we can fire straight afterwards. So we're going to take that as our main shot, but we're going to have a second shot ready to go as a backup, is what I'm thinking. So load 1 AP into the right magazine. Okay. And we're going to basically have precisely the same thing set up over here. So we're going to load you in as well, and we're going to use this exact same firing solution. So we're going to have more powder charges than we strictly need, but it's fine. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Pop them in, because that's the firing solution we have right now. So they are also ready to go, and yeah, we just need to have the correct angle. See, this thing, it takes a little bit longer than you think it's going to take.
Yeah, fair enough.
So
whilst we do that, shout out to Lampomaniac, who gave us 50 Norwegian kroner, and says this is a donation for adding ice cubes to Ted's water bowl.
Oh, Ted's not so keen on that necessarily.
The thing also is, if we did that, because the cats and Ted share water bowls, that would just mean that the cats end up playing in the water bowl a lot more. and that would just mean the water is like just full of cat fur.
Yeah, pretty much.
We regularly give the cats like just an ice cube on a little plate. And, you know, as soon as it melts a little bit, it can dance. It can move on its own on a bit of water.
They enjoy
love
that. They enjoy that. All right, now.
You don't need AP. It's a civilian cargo ship. It's a cruise liner.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, if we miss, we could just start nuking the entire cooking area.
Lol.
Sorry, I thought the entire point of that mission was to teach us, hey, ships need AP.
Well, yeah, the HMS, what's its face, was a warship, and
Yeah.
Lusitania is, I mean, we assumed the Lusitania is a cruise liner because it was a cruise liner in real life, but I don't know if that was actually mentioned
so
in
hang on.
your briefing.
You said 29...
I said 3112.
3112. So,
Yeah.
okay, we are ready to begin firing on you at 3112, and if we miss, we've got plenty of time because she's a slow bastard. We can load up something more explosive and try again. But let's see if we've got the situation right here. Claire!
Yes, indeed. Shout out to AT Travel, which is Anthony, who's been a member for 74 months, and says hello to the furry MATN staff and their humans. We've got cat pictures on not Twitter. I'll go and get those in a second. It won't allow me to mention their names in the member chat for some reason. This is just Annie and Leo.
That's weird. It's definitely done that before. We've definitely had them in the... I don't know what that's weird.
In the member chat. But I don't know. I mean, I've definitely heard that from Anthony before, that he couldn't mention Annie and Leo. And is it Karis? Am I remembering right? I was going to say your new cat, but you've had her for a long time
so
now,
long,
probably.
yeah.
Dear, oh dear. Are we getting...
No, you got time,
Spencer has been a member for 8 months and says, hey everyone, thank you for all the content as always. John, any thoughts on any future playthroughs you might do?
On anything in particular, or just...
Well, I think, like, can you share anything you might be planning to do?
I mean, I honestly don't want to put too much on paper because, as I say, Democracy Week's coming up, and that changes a lot potentially. So, okay, hang on. We said 3112, right?
Yeah.
So, we're coming up on firing time. Everything's ready to go on the left-hand gun, and we have the right-hand gun that can be adjusted to try again if we need to make a very tiny micro adjustment. And we're assuming 30 seconds of flight time. So,
yeah, it's a bit further than we've done before, but it's also 4 charges, so it should
you know what? You're right. I'll go for... because we said 12 if we were assuming that, but this is a lot further, so I will go at 5. So, yeah. 3, 2, 1, go.
Nice.
And hello, who's a good cat?
Oh.
Okay, the cat. The cat was not in the demo, by the way. The cat has been a lovely surprise. I do not remember the cat showing up in the demo at all. But the cat playing...
Guys, this thing is annoying.
The cat playing with your thing is adorable. Now, have we just exploded you with the most accurate shell of all? Gotcha!
Nice!
Nailed you. Absolutely nailed you. We even left a crater in the ocean.
Oh, that's
which
very...
ain't how the ocean works, but whatever.
I mean...
Oh.
I guess maybe you've, like, made a
We've
tsunami.
officially sunk the Lusitania. History will be kind to us.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank goodness for that. Those bastard anti-monarchists. That was fun. That was a good shot right there. That was a good shot right there. Oh, who's a good cat? You enjoy playing in the war room.
Yeah, shout out also to Frank, who gave us $20 and says, hey, John and Claire, it's been a while since I've been able to watch live. John, are you going to finish Code Veronica before the remake comes out?
We might do, I don't know. The thing is there's always new games showing up, and like, you know, and then stuff just comes out of nowhere. Like, hey, here's an update for Quake. Okay, I'll play the original Quake. And then like everyone likes the original Quake, so it's like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll play some more 90s shooters. Watch this space for this coming Saturday. So you know, the things move fast. So you never know. We might do one more live stream to wrap it up ahead of the new one coming out. We'll have to flipping see.
Oh, this is interesting. Chris Whitmore says the explosion proves it was carrying munitions.
Nope, fair enough.
Oh, apparently the French did it.
Yeah, well, in all fairness, the newspapers repeatedly stress, like, stuff that you did gets blamed on other people. Like, you basically drop artillery on something from 10 kilometers away, and then, like, they blame someone else. So you're basically constantly like, about half the missions you do, you can understand you're basically doing a false flag operations for the sake of propaganda to drum up support for the monarchy. So...
yes, your watch says that the flight time was going to be 27 seconds. But let's see. Nice shot. That was impressive.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, I knew that was going to be satisfying. You did it, you mad lad.
Yeah,
Great
we did it with the smallest, most accurate shell, too. I'm pretty happy with that. Pretty bloody happy with that. So, yeah, there we go. We've sent an apology to the British, etc., etc.
And let's see, Pesticide gave us $10 and says tribute to my salty Brit man and his French master. Dear oh dear. I've been feeling stuck in my current job and I've been looking for a new job. Sadly, I got hit with 2 back-to-back rejections following the final interviews this week.
Aww.
I'm sorry, getting to the final interviews is really good though.
100% accuracy, 2 shots fired, 2 kills, every medal.
Very
Fucking
nice.
nailed it.
Also, Pesticide, best of luck for your job search.
Best of luck. It's tough out there.
Seriously.
It is tough out there.
I mean, if we ever have to get real jobs again, that's gonna be something.
It's gonna be difficult for you, yeah.
I mean, I'm keeping more up to date with learning on the job. On
you know
the
what? That's
that
true.
I do.
You have got way more transferable skills.
Yeah.
However, I am cooking
you're
amazing
very
interviews. I am
No,
good at
that's
interviews.
true.
You
are a smooth bastard.
I could be I could be so smooth in interviews.
You're smooth like a lot of the time.
I've had back before I did this. Yeah, I had a good career. I had a good career of a whole bunch of things. I had some amazing job offers I turned down because I had multiple offers. I kick ass at interviews. I was damn good at interviews.
Thomas, though, says job searching right now is the worst, especially AI interviews.
Oh, I'm sure. That's, that was before my time.
NB Brit says Claire has a more useful degrees, and let me tell you, it's a degree in English.
Mm-hmm.
From a, perfectly normal French school, which means, completely not in any of the rankings internationally.
In the event that I can get in front of a human, I think I could do okay. I was always good at I was always good at schmoozing my way through some interviews. I quite frankly enjoyed interviews. After a certain point.
He's so smooth and so modest.
Well,
too.
it's more about once you get it, you stop treating it as hey, you're trying to impress someone or you're trying to persuade someone to give you a job, and it starts turning into more of a dialogue where it's equally up to them to persuade or to demonstrate to you that they're a place that's worth bothering to go to work at, and it becomes more of a dance. It becomes very interesting.
Yeah, I just think that is if you happen to be in the obviously there's always a lot of hard work and all that. Yeah. But you also happen to just, at some point you were very lucky in terms of the specific skills you learned and the way the job market was at the time.
True. That's
I
true.
think the job market right now sounds just horrendous.
Yeah.
But yes, your experience in your niche thing that served you very well in the past, you haven't been working on.
Oh yeah, I'm aware of it. I'd have to find a new thing to figure out how to do exactly. But
meanwhile, I can just, I guess, keep making thumbnails for other people.
Yeah, precisely. Yeah, let's just keep this going. It sounds like in
I mean, look, if you guys, if you folks keep liking it.
in a delightful turn of events, it sounds like there's actually going to be more Fallout games at some point in the future. They're actually they brought someone into Microsoft and said, "Hey, have you considered actually making a video game?" So, no. What do you think this is? Who do you think we are, you bastards? So
don't forget about John's bonus charisma items and his insane luck stat.
Yeah. Combination of charisma and luck. That's
perception -1. He doesn't realize that they might not like him.
Yeah. Perception -1. I went to the wrong room and interviewed for a different job and just got that one instead.
Yeah. Oh dear. Shout out to Kocha Mocha, who's been a member for 67 months, and 67 months in, I'm still not sure how to pronounce your name, so you'll have to let me know. Says, I haven't caught a live stream in a while. I'm glad it's of this game. Hello, John and Claire.
I was once offered a job in a monastery.
You've never told that story, John.
Yeah, monastery. You could call up call up room service and ask for a monk. It's not a joke. That was the day you actually could. There was a little sheet next to the phone. I stayed over. It was a 2-day process. You could actually call up if you had some form of religious crisis. You could call up a monk and ask for a monk to be sent to your room to help you through it.
So what happened there is that
real thing.
If you have a degree from Oxford, you could just basically apply for things.
Yes.
And places will be like, sure, come on an interview.
Oh dear.
John, just remember to put your armor back on after the interview.
Yeah. They literally offered me that job at a monastery. I decided against it. Decided not to go to go work in a monastery in the middle of nowhere. Oh, happy days. Yeah, things I'm sure things are incredibly different now. It would be interesting to see. But let's not test that theory. Let's just keep doing Many a True Nerd. Yes,
and shout out also to Michael Colloway, who gave us £5 and says, happy early birthday, John. I had a very late birthday dinner myself the other weekend. My birthday was in March. I had Bestie Sophie and Mr. V, who I think you know, attend. You know Michael, he's Sophie's friend.
Yes, I believe so. Yes.
I mean, said Mr. V, you'll have to try and figure out who that is.
I think I might know who that is.
Hi,
I
suspect
Ted. I know who that is. Hi, sweetheart, don't hide behind the computer.
Don't go and eat the internet, baby girl.
Oh, fine. Just don't eat the spicy spaghetti.
Dear,
that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So okay, that was 8 missions. I think that's about half the game, give or take. And then there's like little submissions, which are little challenges and chill and other little bits and pieces. There's like, 2 little just side missions you could go and do for fun that don't really kind of feed into the plot and presumably are a bit lower stakes and whatnot. But yeah, then that's about half the game, give or take. I understand I think there's like 16 to 20 missions in the full game. So yeah, it's not huge, but it's not tiny either. I think it's a good size. It's a very interesting little thing. Very interesting little thing indeed.
Yeah, I'm caught up.
And you are all caught up. Excellent. So in which case, let's just move this up here. I picked the right button. I pressed the right button and we got back to iNest. Hello, Willow, sweet potato. So yes, let's not go get jobs at monasteries. In the
especially not me.
Let's you at a monastery, dear, oh flippy dear. Let's keep doing Many a True Nerd. Let's do Many a True Nerd until I retire or get cancelled. One or the other, because Claire goes out and walks Ted, and I say something too terrible about the French, and that's the end of the channel.
I don't know. I think it'd be pretty difficult for a British person to say something about the French so bad that their Britishness doesn't get taken into account in balancing it out.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. That seems reasonable right there. What?
The baby's a baby.
Ted. I think Ted, that's a bit much for Ted.
Yeah, Xena was trying to cuddle,
She was kind of batting at his face there. I think he was not keen on it. I think, Xena, you meant well, but Ted doesn't always understand that. So yes, we'll just keep doing Many a True Nerd. After all, hopefully next year we'll get Fallout 3 remastered, and Fallout New Vegas remastered like a couple of years after that, and Fallout 5 a couple of years after that, that they're actually making Fallout games again. So that's good. It's nice to think they're actually making Fallout games again. Anyway, we're going to wrap things up there, go have some food, go to bed at a reasonable hour so we can get up at a reasonable hour to walk Ted before it gets stupidly hot. But yes, indeed. Obviously, the rest of this week, you have got your usual Baldur's Gate, you've got your usual Fallout 3s. And on top of that, yes, as I was saying, the schedule's a tiny bit up in the air depending on what comes out when and whatnot. I will say, after people were loving Quake and talking about all sorts of other 90s, the kind of the foundational 3D shooters of the 90s, might just be another one coming up this Saturday. So we'll have to see about that, absolutely. And beyond that, after loads of people were absolutely loving what they saw of Star Wars Zero Company, I'm chatting to them right now about when we can get my hands on the game proper and like do a little bit more, etc, etc. So yeah, we'll definitely be doing a little bit more of Star Wars Zero Company when I can. I know that was a really short video, as I'm sure if you watch it you'll know. Like literally the only way as though to get it weeks at a time was we all agreed ahead of time, everyone who got it, that you'd only show 15 minutes of footage. Like I played for like flipping 4 hours and then took a 45-minute mission and desperately squeezed it down into 15 minutes to make that fit in one video where I could show an entire mission and show some of my favourite bits, particularly the gunslinger and the droids, because they are such fun classes. It's really good because like before, like, there was no presentation they showed us before they sent us the code, but like the load of the people who made it like are people who were experienced at like Firaxis. It's a lot of alumni from XCOM, so there's a lot of actual original XCOM talent who are making the game. And like some of the people were such massive Star Wars nerds. They were getting really into the minutiae when they were talking about the plot and like it just got various bits and pieces. So it feels like it's in good hands. It feels like a game that's in very good hands. I think it could be something really cool. So we will definitely have a little bit more of that when we can have it. We'll have some 90s shooter absolutely coming up this Saturday, hopefully. More Baldur's Gate, more Fallout 3. And probably we'll maybe do a bit of Nova Roma next week. It's really enjoyed Nova Roma. Lots of you did too. It's a very chill game. I love the way its tech tree works.
And I'd love to see if that's something I'd like to play.
That's interesting. I think it might be a little bit high pressure. I think it's not chill like Islanders or Dwarf Romantic. I don't know if it would suit the vibe you're after when you play games in the evening.
I just got something in last minute from from Canis Blackwolf, who's been a member for 33 months and says, hello to all the fluffy MATN crew. Just a question, what will come first? John in a monastery or the next patron cast?
Definitely the next patron cast. That's coming. That's going to be the autumn patron cast, okay? That's going to be the autumn patron cast. It's going to be great.
Did you miss the patron cast we released in July?
Yeah, there was one very recently. There was a very recent one, okay? There's going to be another in autumn. We're going to get into seasonal. We're going to work from that. So they're going to be back on schedule. So, all right, we're going to have some food. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much to the Super Chat donators. And yes, hopefully you've had a lovely time this evening. Hopefully that's the sound of some of what I've been talking about coming up this next week. And hopefully you see you for what may well be Nova Roma next week as well. So, yes, indeed. Have a lovely week. And maybe, just maybe, we'll see you then for that if it doesn't turn out to be Nova Roma. But in the meantime, I've been John.
I've been Claire.
This has been Betty and True.
There's been all the
No, sorry, yes, there's been Willow, Tina, and Ted. We've got everybody flopping nearby to us. So many a true nerd, and this has been the delightful Iron Nest. Thank you very much, and have funk.
Oh, John, not the war crimes again.